Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Cool. Let's see.
I think we're just missing Rajit. We have a new person tonight. Finally filled out with our sixth person.
Fantastic.
All right, so reach deep into the annals of your notes, and we got to get Ty acclimated to Icewind Dale. So we may hold the session over like an extra 30 minutes if y'all can sweat it tonight, just because I want to make sure we get our full 3 hours of game time in. We may need to do a little acclimation.
No problem.
I figured most people wouldn't mind.
Oh, annals of our notes. Annals. Mm. I'm never gonna dance again. The guilty feet have got no rhythm.
Those videos have actually come in handy. I have people occasionally reach out and they're like, "Can you describe your DMing style?" And I'm like, "Here you go. Here's a video."
Oh, perfect.
I'm like, I don't have to express anything. You can sit here and watch it. Like, and the dude gets the hits from it. Like, it totally works all around. So
Yeah.
I keep having. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say I should just also put your promotion link on the. I think I have it on the description. I'm 100% sure because I also do my own thing and I don't want to get it mixed up. So I don't know if let me double check because I'll put it in the links of that and then hopefully we get viewers and all that. Because I also put it on. There's a thing called whatchamacallit? It's on Discord. It's called DWB RPG, which pretty much self promotions. I do that too, so I try to get people to follow and all that.
Right, nice. I've tried to stream and it was like so complicated to try to do wall DMing. I was like, this is not in my wheelhouse to want to even attempt to do. I keep having people they're like, "Oh, you should stream, you should stream." I was like, "Do you know how much work that is? Like you really have to try it a few times to be able to appreciate what people put into that effort."
That's why it makes it so much simpler. Just get a stream deck, dude. It does wonders.
I mean, like me myself, I have ADHD, so when I hyper focus, it's like I hyper focus on telling y'all story, and to add like the bells and whistles, just kind of it's more chances for me to go off on a tangent and forget what I'm doing and derail my own train, and it's a precarious little balance here.
That's true. I mean, plus with the stream deck, because I don't know if you use the voice mod, that also helps too. You can program voice mods and all that.
I have Morphox on here. I occasionally use, but I've heard people say it like it doesn't translate well across. So I've always looked into alternatives, but I never really found anything. And then I had a soundboard that was in my laptop, and that failed eventually. And leave it to Foundry, man. Like somebody actually made a programmable soundboard inside Foundry, and that's become the most stable thing I've found. Like I'm starting to set up with that.
That's so true. I use that sometimes too if I need it.
But Ty, Trevor, can you hear us? I haven't heard anything from you yet, so I want to make sure you're not muted.
Oh shit.
Let me see what. He's muted.
No.
Womp, womp, womp. One thing you may want to do is in the lower right-hand corner of Discord, you'll see your username, and there's a microphone, a headset, and a gear option. Click that gear that says user settings. It's going to bring you up to a menu with a bunch of things on the left-hand side, broken down into the first, second, and the third category. You want to hit voice and video. And from there, make sure your input device is not set to default, but like the actual thing that your microphone is, because Discord is Discord and kind of fucks up sometimes. But going through that, you may be able, if you change your device to whatever your microphone normally is, it should fix the issue you're probably having. And if you have trouble reaching that, reach out to me for clarification. Any luck now? I see the muted is gone. Rajin.
What's up?
What's up, bud?
Sorry I'm late.
No worries.
It happens.
Let me see. Let me start getting my screenshots up and we'll see if we can walk through this. Alright. No luck so far, Ty?
When in doubt, try the phone.
Communication difficulties.
Yeah.
Hate that.
Technical difficulties. Bow.
Yeah, have you tried going to your settings? Yeah. Go
That's
ahead.
what I'm trying to direct him to. Let me get to the next step on that. Let's see. We'll put this screenshot in. He says he got it.
Voice chat now.
That's always happens. It's always the first session. Always a bit of a learning curve.
Just gets weird with mics and stuff sometimes too.
They did a flipperoo. Oh, there you go.
Let's see if it worked this time.
Wanted to see if he could talk.
Am I here?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, there we go.
Oh, hey.
What's up, Ty?
How's it going, guys?
Well, sit in and strap in, and we'll tell you exactly how it's going. Who wants to? So, Ty, we're in Icewind Dale, right?
Yep.
part of you coming in as a character here is you're a bit trapped, because what they don't tell you coming in, or what I don't tell people coming in, is that this land is caught in perpetual winter at the moment. For the past 2 years, the god of winter's cruelty, Oriel, every night boards this giant bird and goes out casting this ancient magic emanating in an aurora borealis behind her, roughly about midnight every night. And they say this magic that she casts actually prevents the sun from touching Icewind Dale anymore. So for the past 2 years, the sun has not touched these lands. It's getting progressively colder. It's progressively worse and harder to survive. People are starting to starve out. The overarching theme to this right now is that ultimately you may want to stop winter, but you are lowly adventurers and you have to kind of plant your roots somewhere in Icewind Dale. So we have this theme of things being starved out, winter bearing down, a lot of cold travel, a lot of bundling up, and secrets in the ice, and it's a doom and gloom sometimes, and that's kind of the setting we're in. I'll bring you to our actual map here in Icewind Dale. Rather big map. Most of the time it's been spent around 10 towns at the moment, where there's a lot of things going on. And I'm going to turn it over to the group to kind of catch you up on what they've been up to since they got here. They started in Branchander, and as young adventurers, they came to the overarching realization that they are all poor and have no money. And how adventurers make money is by going on adventuring. So, scouting some talent, they coalesced into a small little hobnob group, and have been going around and doing a few things around 10 towns. So, if y'all guys don't mind, what have y'all been doing since you got here? Not everyone at once, though.
It's hard to put everything into words. Well, Maldron is a dwarf. He basically, the group helped him cure his syphilis. And then I believe it was Ronan. We're in a dilemma as humble guest of his so-called establishment, and we're in a predicament right now on whether or not to kill other guests in this wonderful establishment we set ourselves in.
Well, it's in the most literal case, this is a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Either way, some devil worshiper is getting ahead.
Yeah.
But let you know some other things. Back a few towns back, we did in Lonelywood. We killed a giant moose.
That was kind of their first objective. They set out upon hearing about this moose to go put it down, but they were tasked before they let out to go find some elemental sprites called chingwas as well. Don't think you've really seen much in result of that. They stopped in Tourmaline before going to Lonelywood for the white moose. And what did y'all find in Tourmaline?
We cleared out a mine. Can't remember the name of it. There was some kind of monster in there, and some
Kobolds.
Some kobolds.
Kobolds. Okay.
There was a grick or something like that. Was the
Grell.
main Grell? Thank you. The main sort of monster of that mine, but we cleared it out and mined out some something plus a little bit geodes that we were able to sell for a little bit of money.
So they were tasked by the speaker, and the speaker is like a mayoral position in 10 towns. There's one per town, and they kind of act as like the governing body or the body of law for that town. The speaker that they interacted with tasked them with clearing out the mines of kobolds and finding out what happened to a lost miner that was there. And
Okay.
turns out the well, what was unique about the kobolds?
Did they have syphilis too?
No, there were good, hardworking kobolds, from what my understanding as Maldron, but and more or less, or more like were swayed by a possessed, spirited kobold, I believe, if my memory serves well on that.
That's exactly that. They ran into a kobold that was possessed and had fashioned himself some makeshift wings to look important to the kobolds, and was basically lying in wait and was making the kobolds smart with this wonderful leader. So they resolved that situation. They pressed on into Lonely Wood, and they tracked down the moose eventually. And because of probably some smart negotiations on Speaker Nimsy, who is like a very matronly halfling type of figure, halfling mother. In that sense, she's known for her scrumptious baking. She does. She actually greeted the characters with a tray of cookies. She, as a reward for them taking care of the moose, they got a monetary reward. But what else did y'all get?
Oh, we got a lodge that we're having set up as our own little place, our own little base of operations. A tavern, inn, what you will.
What was the name of the town?
So they've acquired some property. They're fixing it up right now. There's a lot of homebrew involved with this property, if that's something the group likes to do and wants to work together on, and it can be as basic or as intricate as y'all want, really. So we've got some property. I'm sorry, go ahead.
What's the name of the base? Again.
Oh, fuck.
I can tell you it's in Lonely Wood, and its former name was the Ramshackle.
I think we did something involving Moosehead.
I'm not sure if we actually landed on that, but if we did, please let me know, and I will brand us as such.
Yeah, I don't think we fully decided.
Yeah, I
we
don't
were
think
probably going to go with something about White Moose or something. Because we have we were also mounting the head of it. Because we brought the head back to get it mounted.
Had a nice little feast. Saw a reel in the sky during this feast that just kind of reminded us that everything's and then they pressed on to Targos after that, right? If memory serves me right.
Yeah,
did
We
y'all-
headed back to Targos is when we got more information.
Yeah.
We also found some crazy druids where the Bruce was that probably is something for a different day because they would have killed us.
Yeah, after examining the group a bit, they came to realize that this druid had access to spells that were of 5th level.
No go.
Yeah, it may have been a little...
There's some puzzle out there that we need to take care of at some point.
Something's going on. So they backtracked Lonelywood, Tourmaline, Targos, Brinchander, and curved around and went up to Caradinable. Or y'all stopped at East Haven first, right? And then we scoured the coast looking.
Yeah, that's where we got our fortunes read.
Yeah, exactly.
East Haven for the wizard
Yeah,
execution.
they went into East Haven. They saw a wizard being burned alive that supposedly was a red wizard of Thay. And if you know anything about Faerun and its intricacies, these are like super bad wizards. They believe in demonology and some dark worship, bloodletting, all kinds of crazy stuff.
Sure.
So they're usually bad news when they show up. And apparently this wizard hired a bunch of adventurers to help go uncover a secret. And when he uncovered it, he killed them all. And people kind of found out about it when he came back to East Haven. The characters roll in and they're burning him at the stake. And they kind of get roped into looking for some lost fishermen as the scene of the burning wizard unfolds. And they kind of meet the captain of the guard. So they're looking for some fishermen. They kind of went up the coast to Caradenival, and that was our last session. And do y'all want to go into what happened there?
So, I was recognized by this group as we went to the speaker. The place the speaker is assumed to be being held. They recognized me for my previous work. My previous work among the nobles of Waterdeep, and unfortunately, their leader has now passed, and they are setting up a new leader, essentially, and we're being asked to kill one man so that another may take his place in this house of devil worship.
And it works in a very do you know much about Faerun and Faerun lore?
Still a little new to all the lore that is involved in everything, to be honest.
Okay, this is like a super out of character conversation, but the character Rowan that was just speaking has gone up against Asmodeus, and Asmodeus is like the big bad of hell. He's in the lowest rungs of hell. He is the most evilest of lawyers that you can see. He is just nasty, nasty, nasty. And he has this kind of nemesis of devils. That's the one that lives on, I think it's the 5th or 6th level. It's called Stygia, and it's a frozen Arctic wasteland. And that's where he imprisoned Levistus, who is the devil that basically may have killed Asmodeus' wife in the long lore of things. So Asmodeus doesn't like him. Asmodeus purposely entrapped him in an iceberg, and he previously was like the fastest known duelist in all of the realms. Nobody could match his blade speed or wit, and how fitting to take the fastest character alive and entomb them forever in a block of solid ice so they can't move. But the cult that's in Caradenival is supportive of Levistus.
Okay.
And that's where we kind of got to weave you into the story here. Tell me a little bit about you and the group here. Kind of introduce you as a player, and then tell us a little bit about your character you're bringing in.
All right, so I am a newer player. Kind of got involved in the last year. Can't find a steady group to save my life. So I'm really hoping to find that so I can, get ingrained into something and have just kind of, get that family vibe that I'm looking for in all this. I am a nurse, so healing people has always kind of been my thing. So went with a paladin because I'm also a weightlifter, and
Wait,
it just makes sense to me to bring that over to the game.
Very nice.
Respectable.
Casimir is a paladin of Eldath, goddess of peace, and he is simply out making sure that Peace's Cap used to be a soldier, and after losing his battalion in a fight, he has kind of been lost, found his way to a temple of Eldath, and now he is walking this holy path while still trying to shake what happened to him and in war.
Letting my cat try.
What? Missing my cat. That's a very nice backstory there. So if we come under this supposition that you've kind of made your way to Icewind Dale, you're stuck here at the moment, would you have an interest in like some kind of evil doings supposedly that are going on?
Oh,
Yeah, I think I would be looking for any kind of like cult activity because I am interested in keeping the
Jesus
peace. And
Christ.
if anybody has done any harm, Casimir, I'm going to be looking for that. I'm going to be looking to put a stop to that. so that peace can be in the land. And overall, I'm going to be looking to figure out why this land has been so cursed and what is going on with it.
And I think this is really, as I try to place you with the group
Oh my
here,
god.
if you were to come in and use your means as a paladin to disguise yourself as one of these cultists, you would just simply need to procure one of their amulets and possibly kill them. If you were trying to get an inner look. But if we were under that supposition, there was an old matron here that was named Hethel, and she was like a soothsayer. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think even if you were here under auspicious reasons, she would be able to see through that. She's kind of got that mysticism about her. So in private, she would have called you out. She would have been like, non-believer, this is not the path. But more than anything, she keeps foretelling about this group that's going to come through. And shortly after she passes, you need to go with them. There's something very dark and looming on the horizon. And I think where we left the group off is they were taking a rest up in Hethel's chambers. And as they were resting up there, word was starting to go around the complex that Hethel had passed. Everyone in here is supposedly a worshiper of Levistus, and one of the crazy things Levistus does is he generally reaches out to people that are on their dying breath and saves them. He teleports them away, he heals them up to full.
They're dying.
Yeah, they're basically as a dying wish. He calls out and takes them. The rule of the game. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Who can't hear me?
Okay, sorry, I fucked up. I accidentally clicked the YouTube video in the chat, so it completely muted you.
Oh, it's all good. So, Hethel would have seen through you guys here. What I was saying was that when Levistus makes this pact with people, the next time they die, like they reach 0 hit points, they technically die, they lost their death saves, Levistus encases their bodies in ice for 9 days so that they can't be resurrected. Therefore, like, ultimately claiming hold of their fate at that point and being able to utilize them. So when Hethel passes, her entire body becomes encased in ice and they have to get it out of there. And that's kind of where we're picking up now, is at the end of a long rest here. It's probably early in the morning, about 10:30 or so, when the group was being roused. And I think you as a character under the guise that you're here kind of sculpting out this crew, you've heard that Hethel has passed, and you have a sense of urgency wanting to go and meet up with these people. Plus, they may have a little bit of information to relay to you about what's happening and what Hethel said.
Okay. So are in a tavern and resting, correct? Or out in the open?
They have been holed up in the keep at Caradenival, which is where the cultists have been.
Okay.
And originally they weren't going to get access, but because these cultists recognize, this is this author that wrote a bunch of books against Asmodeus, and any enemy of Asmodeus is a friend of Levistus. They threw open the gates when they were being chased by a chain devil and let them in and handled the threat incoming towards them. So they've been asleep in this keep. And up in Hethel's room. And I think what I'm going to do is, Casimir, you don't have dark vision. Let's get you a torch. Alright, but I got you right there, if you can ping yourself. And you know that the chamber to the north is where the characters are being housed. You should see like a little door icon over here to your left. And what's everyone doing as they're kind of rousing themselves for the day? It's been a long night. There's kind of been some chaos going on. We've had some crazy omens. What are y'all doing as we're waking up here after a long rest?
I'm still,
Um, Go ahead.
I'm still I'm still thinking about everything I was told last night. I came down to Icewind Dale because I thought I had escaped this bit of my past. I thought that any enemies I had previously made, I was out of reach of, and to know that even down here, my deeds are known is concerning, to say the very least. I'm also trying to figure out whether we do the task that they asked of us, like whether or not that'll. I'm trying to think of whether or not that'll cause me to have to relocate once again.
So, should we do the dirty deed, or are we? I'm really confused here. And I'm sorry. Are you talking to someone? I'm just literally waking up. Maldron's just waking up at this point.
Casimir just slams on the door and barges in and what's going on here?
So as soon as he does that, Rajin like wakes up from his sleep, like out of a nightmare, and he's like, cultists, don't take my fish.
That's
Don't you dare
Rajin
call
right
me
there.
a cultist.
Who is this one?
What happened to Hethel?
Rajin knows nothing.
My
What ears?
Who are you? Why do you come to us with such aggression?
My name's Casimir. I am a paladin of Eldath, and I seek to end this cult. And I've been warned of a group by Lady Hethel, and I'm seeking to find what happened.
Oh shit! He might get the wrong idea. Listen, big fella. The thing is, we're in a dilemma, and did those bastards let you in here, or did you fight your way through?
Let in is a relative thing, I guess. I kind of forced my way in, I suppose.
You would, if we talked about that sneaky route, all you would really need is like all of these cultists have this amulet that's on them,
No.
and
So
it's like almost like blue and black ice mixed together. It's almost malleable to the touch.
So I pick up the amulet and kind of show them and say I found it on one of them that may have had an incident, and I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here. And who are all of you?
Maldron turns around and with a smile on his face, Maldron goes, "Hey boys, he pretty much answered to our problems. We don't have that dilemma anymore." Oh wait, or are they still? Both of those guests are still alive. Did you see anyone else? Is there more cultists around, or did you really piss them off?
So you would know about in your time here that roughly half the cultists loved Hethel, and she was kind of seen as like the OG leader around here. And then there's this guy called Kadroth, who's kind of this pompous fat tiefling, and his claim to fame is always saying that Levistus has blessed him, and Levistus has chosen him to be the leader. And while he does like a lot of good here, that chosen Levistus thing doesn't really ring true with a lot of people that are here, and they take kind of offense to it. So he comes across as almost like just a pompous ass, really.
You talking about that asshole tiefling?
Yeah, well, there's another asshole around here, but to be honest with you, I'm kind of a little out of it on what the hell's going on. I'm still trying to figure out this guy. I kind of thumb to Ronan.
Maybe I should come in and we should all talk for a second. Then I'm sorry to have to interrupted you. I'm simply just trying to figure out what I need to do about all this. And after Hethel's passing, and I've been here a while trying to figure out how to keep this cult from doing any more damage.
So what did y'all learn about when Hethel passed? Because y'all got a big chunk of lore bomb from it that Kaz may not be privy to, but is definitely interested in.
He warned us that Zardarok Sunblight, Duragar warlord, has come to conquer Icewind Dale, and we must rise up and defeat him.
So, to put this in perspective, Duragar are like the drow equivalent of dwarves. They're subterranean.
Dark
they have
dwarves, right?
Yeah. They have a hard time in light. And when I was talking about that eternal winter thing, one of the things I failed to mention is it's literally dark all the time. You have sunlight from roughly about 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. And even then, it's not technically sunlight; it's dim light because the sun doesn't crest over the mountains in Icewind Dale. So there's that, and the rest of the time from 2 p.m. until 10 a.m. it's dark outside. So these races that they've heard about, these Duragar, I mean, they don't really have a problem going above ground at the moment because the sunlight's not here. And one of the things Hethel mentioned is like this Zardarok has constructed some kind of above ground fortress in the spine of the world, and in it there's a forge that's powered by the still beating heart of a red dragon, and he's got some kind of plan in the works for the systematic demise of all of 10 towns.
Duragar are a problem. Hethel, she gave me a prophecy of sorts about a group that I would find, and I would need to aid them any way I could. And I'm under the assumption that is you.
I hope it is. I guess we'll go around and introduce ourselves. Me, and I'll show this in the group, or show portrait. I'm Maldrin. Sorry. Maldrin Sternhart. I am a cleric of the group. And and I'll sit back down and all right, Kat, you're up.
What an introduction.
I kind of bow to Maldrin just as another holy man. I bow.
Oh, you don't need a bow. I'm a son of a bitch, if you know what I mean.
You can call this one Raj, short for Rajin, the all-knowing truth teller of the group. It's a pleasure to meet you. Nikhil!
I look at Raj and give it a slight nod, a little wary of him.
If Raj is calling out me, you will hear in your head, I'm Nikhil. I do mind things.
I look around confused.
And then I will turn to Rowan and say, your turn.
Rowan Saville, full-time tailor, currently adventurer, getting some use out of my archery practice, and after my fellow companions introduce themselves, if you know a way we can get the speaker and get out of here with the least amount of blood spilt, that would be quite wise. But in the meantime, Tarek, I don't believe this fine gentleman knows who you are.
Yeah, I'm Tarek Wildbrush. I'm a halfling barbarian. I'm from the Ten Towns area, born and grew up in this area, and now made my way to the adventuring life and joined these companions. And we're definitely grateful that you've taken up with us.
I nod and bow again and pull out my morning star and just kind of look around the room and, well, I'm not really sure if getting out of here without bloodshed will happen, but we can certainly try.
One thing, maintenance-wise, if you can, real quick, you can double-click. Have you played on Foundry much?
I have not, sir.
Okay, so this is all going to be fresh. If you're ever unsure how to do something, please let me know, because sometimes I'll forget. I kind of get wrapped up in the story and the storytelling and forget about the mechanics sometimes. So if you double-click your token right now, you'll bring up your sheet. And basically what I've done is I pulled in a mirror from your copy on D&D Beyond. So when you think about editing your sheet, always think about editing the copy that's actually on D&D Beyond. I take a carbon copy occasionally of that, and using an app in Foundry, it gets translated into a character sheet for you. So whatever information is on your character sheet on D&D Beyond, that's like the truth of it. As it stands right now, you don't have anything prepared spell-wise. This is really easy to fix, though. So you can prepare 4 spells a day at the moment. Any of them that are in your first level, you can just simply right-click and hit Prepare Spell if you want to make a selection. And,
okay.
You can always feature that on D&D Beyond, or you can leave it like it is right here and just select them as you would in Foundry.
Okay.
But this just casually is, you're fiddling around here. I'll get you more acclimated as we progress on here. And so they've reached a bit of a crossroads. Hethel is dead. They've got Kadroth running around here. They haven't seen the speaker yet. And this is at a point where I just turn the table over to you guys and wonder, what are we going to be doing today?
So, Casimir, I got a really quick question for you. Hey, guys, do you remember the bastard's name? I mean, wait. Oh, also, we have a dog in here. You don't see him. Oh, yeah, he's in the corner.
Boy.
I'm pointing over the corner. Yeah, boy. I whistled over to boy. We're missing his owner, and we've been trying to find his owner, too. We got a lot of shit on our plate, and we got to figure out who to kill in order to get out of this room alive. So, Casimir, have you seen this dog's owner?
How in the world would this one know who the dog's owner is?
I don't know. I gotta ask.
Never seen the dog before.
We told him where the dog's owner is.
You probably would not know. He's grasping at straws.
I have no idea.
Nothing of a dog or its owner. I'm sorry.
Damn it! Shit. That's still on our agenda.
I don't think we're getting out of here with the speaker unless we kill this guy. So I think we should just go kill him.
Did we
that fast?
Did we negotiate? Did we negotiate getting the speaker for doing the deed?
Well, I think if we kill the speaker, no one's in charge, and then we can kind of do whatever we want.
I think they said they would let us talk to the speaker first.
So we are not killing and then asking questions later.
They said we could maybe talk to the speaker, but what do we have to gain from talking to the speaker anyway?
If Hethel was so important to all the cultists, then why not try and start an uprising of sorts? That way blood isn't on our hands.
One of the purveying themes, especially since y'all have Casimir here. And forgive me for interceding and taking your knowledge and giving it to the players as I could. But one of the resounding themes around here is that this cult was beckoned, willed by Levistus to take up this spot and fortify it for what's coming ahead. And they basically said that this place is going to be destroyed, and they're willing to die on their mound for it because that's what Levistus has claimed.
Yeah, we need to get the non-crazy people out of here and out of this town. Like, I think it doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't really matter if we kill this guy or not, because at the end of the day, they had that white tiefling was going to come and take over anyway. But the only way for us to do what we need to do at the moment, I think, is just go ahead and kill him.
Or
I think he's dead. I think he's dead no matter what.
or
Like this other tieflings will come in and kill him probably. So like either way, he dies.
Kaz,
But have we?
you've,
But have we
Kaz,
lost? Oh, sorry.
sorry, one quick second, Kaz. You've heard about this white tiefling. In fact, she resides in the underbelly of the care here, of the keep here, and she's under strict orders, or rather, the cult is under strict orders to not disturb her whatsoever. And other than that, there's a bunch of mysticism around her. You've heard from the local cultist. She apparently has two stone statues that are her guardians, and she has a raven with her at almost all times, and she's always carrying a massive leather-bound tome, and she seems quite powerful in the arcane arts.
The white tiefling is problematic, but I don't know that we should focus on that now. If we need to get this speaker out of here, then that'd be our first task.
At this point, I don't think they're going to let us just take the speaker. So we either kill this guy and take the speaker, or we just try to forcibly take the speaker.
This one is cool with whatever plan. They both sound great. I say we just kill the speaker. That way we can do whatever we want.
What?
No?
No, wait. The goal is not to kill the speaker. The goal is to rescue the speaker.
Yeah, we want to save the speaker.
yeah, don't get it twisted now.
Violence might be the answer then.
I mean, is it? Is there a reward on the tape? Who you're reporting to?
I mean, we don't really have anybody that told us to do anything here. We just heard rumors.
Is good not its own reward at times?
I mean, we save all these people. It's a bunch of goodwill.
Think
A very good
I think,
advertisement for our
If we want
tavern.
to try to, also, if we want to try to like evacuate the town because it's going to get destroyed, like we probably need a speaker to like help with that. Because why are people just going to listen to us, but they'll probably listen to him because he's in charge?
Think big with it. Think big with it, guys. Where you gonna? If we say roughly that this town is half cultists and half normal people, that would mean there's about a speaker and 49 common people that you would have to move. And I mean, are y'all trying to be landlords? Y'all going to set them up in Lonelywood and rent out these houses, or what's the end goal here? Because that's a good chunk of people, unless you're throwing them into like Bridgend or something. That may be a squeeze too, even.
I came here. We're responsible for housing them. I don't think we're responsible for housing them.
I came here to end the cult, so I'm for doing it. Moving that many people or displacing that many people from homes is it just doesn't seem wise. It doesn't seem like the thing to be doing.
Are we able to end the cult if the white tiefling is downstairs and could kill everyone?
What? Casimir,
Yeah.
you've been here longest. You know how these people operate. What is our best chance for getting out of here?
Well, stealth is not my forte. I'm hard to miss in a crowd.
I mean, what
I
we
did get
told we
in
could
here.
pretty much. What we pretty much told we could leave if we wanted. Yeah, last week
Maybe
they said
you were.
there wasn't anything preventing us from leaving. I didn't think.
But then you leave the speaker here.
Yeah, that was the thing. Is if we leave, then we leave the speaker to be a prisoner.
Hey, I'm sorry. Just 1 second. I'm gonna grab a water, like 1 or 2 minutes.
It's like we're taking a ton of time deciding what we're going to do here.
It's down if we do, down if we don't. So let's actually take a vote. Who here believes we should actually abide by the cultist rule and kill one of them? Raise your hand. Maldred will raise his hand.
Raise my hand. I don't think we have anything to lose for doing that.
What's the other choice?
Or we say no and kill both all the cultists and their leaders and just rescue the speaker.
Rajin instantly raises his hand.
Or the third choice of just leave and say fuck the speaker.
And then we fight our way out.
I don't think we need to find our way out. I'm pretty sure last week we were told we could leave if we wanted. Like we weren't being kept here.
If we have the ability to leave and let this work itself out, then I'm personally all for that.
Well, I think work itself out is that this whole town and everybody in it will die.
Shit.
What is the best way where we could get? What?
Like we need to.
What is the best way that our
get the speaker
tavern
out?
could authority?
I mean, if we could save these people, like we can't send everybody to the tavern and give them free rooms. Like it wouldn't hold all of them, and then we wouldn't make any money either.
Do we have? We are killing one duelist, install the other leader, correct?
Well, no, we're still killing one, and then there's gonna be a power. The white tiefling isn't prepared to take up. Like right now, if we kill this guy, then just nobody's in charge.
I say
Personally, I
that we
don't
so. I
Trust
say
any of
then.
them.
If you take off the head of something,
Sorry, I'm back.
there's going to be a vacuum, and I don't know that any of these cultists are smart enough to deal with what would happen after that.
Okay, well, new guy, you've been here. Do what you know? Would we be able to take all of them out? Assuming the white tiefling doesn't care.
You would be trepidatious to recommend it. These guys may seem dainty in their numbers, but when they gang up, they, from your knowledge, especially about like clerical and paladin abilities, have access to harm touch.
It's not. I wouldn't suggest taking everybody on at once. No, as much as I would love to.
So it's probably just kill this leader guy, and then the two guys that kind of helped us can help us get the speaker out. Probably.
You didn't have you seen the speaker since you've been here, Casimir? Karnak Seaver?
Crannock Seaver would be same floor you guys are on, but kind of catty corner, opposite end, opposite corner.
So I know where he is, or I do not know where he is.
You would. He's actually just right outside in this foyer. I'm just kind of on the other side of the stairs or the catwalk.
He's simply down the catwalk. He's not far.
Then what the hell are we doing? You're discussing it. Let's just get the fucking speaker then.
And if they decide to fight while we leave,
Then we're all capable warriors, are we not?
This one is very capable of handling anything.
I think if we're going to do that, we need at least some people on our side, which is going to require killing this other dude.
Okay, well then, Raji, why don't you go into one of the leaders' room, take him as hostage, and then we just take the speaker and we get the fuck out of here, right?
Yes. Now we're talking.
So we don't have to kill anyone.
Let's do it. What does this one need to do?
You
Well,
just stab him. Just stab him.
So what is our goal here? Just so I have it solidified in my head.
we're gonna be fucking chaotic as possible. I don't know.
I'm gonna be trying to convince Raj that kidnap the other guy, the guy in charge. He needs to just stab him. Because I don't actually want to kidnap him.
So we're gonna go full murder hobo here. We're going after Kadroth.
Yeah.
Y'all have heard from across the way that that's his bedchamber, supposedly. Just
We were told
opposite.
he's running across the hall and probably asleep.
do we not have an assassin?
We have
I
our
look
room.
over at Rod.
I do need to sneak up on him and
Just have
Grab
you
him.
and Nikel go to him, and then the rest of us body men will take on the full Bulgaria.
Would I know a like an alternate route, a window we could get out of, or anything like that?
You would know that the most direct route out of here is through the front. At the moment, it's the one way in and the one way out.
Okay. It's through the front door. If that's what we do, that's the way we go. There is no other way.
Alright, Raj, you coming with me?
this one is on his way with you. He has your back.
Went to
Casper, go with them. Since you kind of know which way and you kind of know the whole layout of the place a little bit more than we do.
he's right here, is what we've been told. Like he's literally across the road, like the door right here in front
across
of me.
the hall.
Oh shit! Okay, well then, shit, even better.
I'm going to establish.
Go ahead.
I was like, I'm going to look at Roman and establish a link, and you'll just hear in your head, hey, in case we need to communicate. So I can telepathically communicate with Rowan for a few minutes.
Okay, let's see. If he's directly across, I'll stay where I am because the room should be the same size.
Maybe.
So if I happen to have a clear shot at him, I'll have my bow I'll have my bow ready just in case something goes down.
I'm going to open the door, or at least try to.
It's you tug on the knob and you hear
It's locked. Raj, this is you.
Don't worry. Rajin will get through this.
I'll slap Rajin on the ass. Guidance.
So what am I rolling here? Sleight of hand?
This would be your thieves' tools. So go to your inventory,
Okay.
go to your thieves' tools, hit use thieves' tools.
I'm going to also take a second to cast Mage Armor and
Use these tools. Normal
and then
or advantage?
Normal, but you get the, what is it, a 1d6 for 1d4 for guidance.
Okay.
D4. Yeah.
So in
So
your
the normal Plus the
situation,
1d4?
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I'm also burning my sorcery points to get my spell slot back.
Okay. You hear this lock click open.
Machine, you've done it again, you son of a bitch.
It's unlocked, but it hasn't been opened yet. So you kind of signal to your group here that you've accomplished the task.
I just kind of slowly turn the knob and peek one eye outward as I slowly open the door.
Okay. You open that door.
A cat.
You see a cat that immediately goes "Meow," and then takes off sprinting between your legs when it realizes it's definitely doesn't know who you are. It's a chaotic cat fight or flight response. Like it just goes careening and tearing through your legs like a wild animal, and like nosedives off the bit here, kind of disappearing from view.
Oh shit! He leaped.
What you see in here is a room that's rather appointly. There's a large gilded mirror that's covering most of the eastern wall. Other furnishings in here are like a really ornately carved wooden table, a chair, a roaring fire that it seems to be active at the moment. But no one else is here.
It's an empty room. Okay.
I have a feeling that cat may have been our guy.
Oh no, it's not empty. It's fully furnished. It's just not occupied.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant by empty.
Feeling that cat may have been our guy.
Well, if that was our guy,
Do you
that
know
cat
if this person
literally-
was a druid by any chance?
Well, here's the thing. Well, if that was our guy, that cat just literally leapt off the fucking second story and landed on the first story.
Raj could do that.
Do cats land on their feet?
Yes, always. You
Raj
know
could
this.
definitely do that. Let's go look.
I'll lean over
I
to
see
the
a
group
cat.
in the room.
Do I see a cat downstairs?
Not from your vantage at the moment.
Well, let's just walk around. Hey.
You cut out there for a second, Nikel.
Forget what's his name. Rav, something.
What about Robinson? You just came back in.
Hey, what's his like, hey, where's the speaker at? Let's just go find him.
I think Kaz would be able to point you to this room across the way.
Okay, so we're
He's
gonna
right
walk
this way.
around there.
I kind of noticed the commotion in the hall. Just come out.
As you come across, you guys see a cat that's pawing at a door downstairs. Over here.
Wait.
Can I?
There's no one else in the room as we're walking out in this big. Is there no one in the room as we're walking out in this big corridor?
At this point, there's a lot of chaos happening. People that may have been at their post may have abandoned their posts. There's a shift that's going on right now. So,
To establish the link with the cat.
yeah, absolutely.
It says creature, but we have to understand each other's language. But I'm going to establish a link and just be like, hello?
I think let me pull up my actual stat sheet here.
I feel like it might be a person.
Can't speak common.
It definitely does not have a language it speaks. It's probably not smart enough to speak.
So it's probably actually a cat then. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to see if I get a response in case it was actually the guy.
You're not getting like a surface thought or anything. It's just kind of blank.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I just did be able to communicate. So, okay, I guess we'll open this door unless anybody's gonna stop me.
Ronan, are you coming?
I don't see anybody. None of y'all have moved on my map. Oh,
We all
Easy.
moved.
You made it to F5. Everybody's moved. We'll bring Rowan around because assuming he would stay with the group.
Yeah,
if
Belgium was staying behind a little bit.
Okay, weird. I tried to refresh and it's like private game. Let me try to go back into it then.
Well, mine shit does that occasionally. It'll like log me out of It'll log me out of Foundry. You try like.
You're breaking up again. We can't hear you.
Let's try this again. Okay.
I've moved you back out to the foyer room. So as you guys peek into this room is immaculately furnished. It has all the trappings of a royal bedchamber, including a soft bed, warm quilts, elegant tapestries, and a gilded chamber pot. Bars over the windows dispel the air of luxury somewhat, as does the air around you now. As you open the door, squatting in the far corner of the room is a pale man wearing a nightgown. He has an unkempt beard and seems hard at work filling the chamber pot. You kind of hear this perfect timing, he says. His voice is dripping with sarcasm. So yeah, you've walked in on this guy taking a shit. What is the initial reaction there, Nikhil?
Close the door. Give the men some privacy.
I'm kind of concerned that the door was unlocked, though.
Kind of look over my shoulder and just, whatever we're going to do, we need to do it quickly.
Who's gonna walk in and be like, "Who are you?"
I'm the fucking speaker. As you guys are kind of up in the rafters, like occasionally you're seeing like pairs of cultists kind of run to and fro, back and forth, especially from this door to the south.
Could I try rolling a perception check on that?
What are you trying to glean from it?
Like, is there like, is there anything unusual about this? Do they look like overly concerned? Like, does it seem like there's an emergency happening right now?
Give me an investigation.
Investigation, all right. Oh, that's not a very good investigation.
You can just tell that there's a swarm of activity that seems to just be centered on this location out here. Most of them coming to and fro seem to be using in and out of that door. They're moving around in a flurry. They're hurried.
The level below us?
Yeah, kind of at the door the cat's scratching at.
Oh, the cat's down there too?
It's like scratching at the door, and eventually when you see one of these pass through, it slips into there rather quickly, like cats do.
Grab them and let's go.
All right, well, we're here to save you.
Yes, sir. It's time to cut the rope.
Save me? What makes you think I want to leave here? This is still all mines.
Well, we were told everybody's gonna die, so that might be a reason to leave.
Over my dead body. They'll have to come and fish me out of the cistern before I give her up.
Sorry, sir, but I don't remember when we gave you a choice.
I'm the speaker of this town. You kind of barge in there, and he's like, "Hey, that's my library. You stay out of there." This room was set on fire years ago and seems to never have been repaired. There's evidence that remains of like a floor-to-ceiling shelves along the wall, but everything's just torched.
Kind of look at
Are these in this room? Are those windows to the outside?
They're barred windows, but yes, they are.
I want to ask the speaker, why are you here? Why aren't you out helping the people of Caer Denival?
I mean, all my stuff's here, and these people just kind of took over, and I just signed some documents for them every now and then. But I still own all this, so this is still mine. Have you guys seen my servants? I'd really like to have some work done.
I don't think you have any servants.
They wouldn't just get rid of them. They've got to be around here somewhere.
I just kind of look at how stupid are you?
At this point, the group you see before you, we are your servants. And it's time to get you out of here.
Can you get me something to eat and empty the chamber pot then?
No. No.
You said you were my servants.
Not that kind of servants.
Ross, do I just pick him up?
He says that's the only kind of servants I know of.
It's like, he's, wait, so we can see him from where we are? He's just shitting on a pot?
Uh-huh.
It's like, I want to shoot an arrow right next to his head.
Okay.
To get him to be like,
The only thing
are you empty now? We're fucking going.
the only thing I want is a D20 to make sure we don't cataclysmic miss here.
Okay, just to roll a D20 flat.
Absolutely.
Oh god.
You saw that. You saw that
No,
one there.
on the
one.
Close as hell.
So you fire this arrow and it whizzes across the side of this guy's head. He says, "What the fuck?
Are you finished?"
Here's
Good. We're leaving now, or the next one doesn't miss.
Why would I leave my keep? I've got everything I need here.
It's not your keep anymore.
Bullshit, I'm the speaker. It is mine.
Rashin's just gonna grab him, like, while he's on the shitter, and just, like, pull him off of it with his pants down and everything. Just, let's go now!
Wait, he's still on the shitter with his pants down?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Hey, Rashid, do you mind if I try one more real quick?
We need to move! Hurry up!
I'm shooting one right below his crotch.
One more.
Oh my, the same number. Oh my god.
Right on the edge of
And another 13. You hear this arrow not only expertly whiz through the air, but it kind of banks into the chamber pot, and you hear it rattling around for a few minutes. And he's like, we really gotta quit doing that.
Well, third time's the charm. Leave now.
I walk up and I give him the eye. You either get up and you follow me, or I'm taking you with me.
We're already taking him.
He kind of starts mocking you. He says, "I'm the damn speaker in here. I'll do what I damn well please."
I'm just
I'd
gonna
like to try and.
I
I'm gonna
don't.
keep pulling him. I'm just gonna keep pulling him along.
It's like who's got some non-lethal damage to the head they can deal out?
Like, boy is growling at him actively.
Can I try and knock him out? Just a swift blow to the back of the head. With...
Absolutely.
We don't need dead weight. Oh fuck. Okay, here we go.
So just give me like a D20, and we'll. I've
So-
got a bullshit AC in my head here.
Where is the die at? Like, how am
There's a dice tray in the lower right-hand corner that has all the visual representations. It's right next to this pair of dice on the right-hand side. So you just click that once and hit roll, and that'll give you a flat d20. You can also type /roll 1d20, and that will produce it as well. But kind of on the right-hand side of Foundry in the chat window, you see in the lower right-hand corner, it's like a triangle and a square and various shapes of dice. What menu is on the right-hand side for you? Do you have the chat?
It's in the upper right.
In the upper right-hand?
Yeah.
And you have the chat bubble selected? If you're on the music tab, go ahead and go over to the chat bubble tab. This is like a bunch of different menus that you'll access from time to time to get like text information, audio, or things pertaining to the VTT. Everything on the left is like reacting to the VTT. So on here, if you're on the chat bubble, like that last message should say Rowan Seville 1d20 13. Do you see that? On the right hand side?
It's got me in this. It's just got that little bar in the right hand side.
Is the bar horizontal? Is it?
Yeah, it's horizontal.
It's horizontal. So what tab is red right now? What does the image look like?
It's the actor's directory.
Okay, so change over to the first one, the chat bubbles. And if you've gotten to that point, do you see the last message, Rowan Seville 1d20 13? Just 3 minutes ago. Or do you still have the actors tab open?
It's like nothing above it. Like it's. I don't know if my screen's just.
The menu is vertical, like it's running on the right hand side, top to bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. So I misunderstood you there. So hit the triangle all the way at the bottom, the triangle that's facing left. That's going to open that menu back up again. Now, has it popped out for you?
No, I'm not seeing like the triangle.
It's right under the gear cog. It's like the one that would be on the bottom of the list. On the right hand side.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're good. I'm going to pull out an image real quick. So does your menu, if you look at Discord on the right hand side, look like this right now? Ooh, that was a lot of dice.
Oh, shit. Well, I don't know why it did that. I'm trying to click.
I'm not complaining.
It does, but it's so I don't.
Okay, so that's the minimized
menu.
That's the minimized version of the menu, right? That's what you have when you want to have the screen space. So you see the gear all the way at the bottom. It's like the second image from the bottom, and then there's a triangle that's pointing left.
I'm gonna clear my dice cache real quick because I can't figure out how to get these numbers down. So a bunch of dice are about to fly.
Okay. You just delete the message that's in the chat window to get rid of them.
Okay, cool.
So do you see the triangle on the right hand side that will pop out that menu?
Reloading it right now because I think mine did something funky. There we go. All right, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it can just get locked because it's not without its bugs sometimes. So a refresh is always good to do if you find it not reacting. So we're in the chat menu, right? And you should have the dice tray at the bottom now.
Yep.
And from the dice tray, you can just like hit that D20 once and hit roll, and it'll pop one out for you. All right. Probably not the best of rolls for that one. And my ADHD kicked in, and I forgot what we were rolling for. So
knocking him out.
He kind of deftly steps out of the way as you try to make a melee swing against him. He's like, "No, you're gonna have to be quicker than that." He kind of puts up his unarmed fist at you. This wiry. You wouldn't say he's unhealthy. He just looks gaunt, like he hasn't seen the sun in a while.
What do we have to do to get you out of here?
I'm not leaving. I don't want to leave all my stuff. And
In mid conversation, I'm going to try to knock him out.
I think eventually, with y'all taking enough swings and his hit points,
is there shit made out of wood in this room?
Yeah, he's got a bed that's made out of wood.
Or it is like, I'm gonna take a torch and throw it onto the bed. He's not leaving without his stuff.
That's a
He's
single
like-
file, man. What are you doing?
He looks at you and he goes, "You pompous asshole! That was at least a 2,000 count silk on there."
It looks warm if you want to go lay in it.
Perhaps I'll throw you in it. He's just being like as snide as he can back to you. And he starts complaining, "Go get my servants so they can put it out. We can probably still save it. Elma will sew it back together."
Can I get it right?
I'll throw a fireball at it.
He's like, "Really, fuck you guys. I mean, this is my stuff. I worked hard for it, writing all those proclamations and taking the trades. And
You know what? Fuck it. They want to kill these tieflings. These tieflings want to devour him. Let you know what? I'm fucking done. I tried to save you. I should be elsewhere right now. I should be in a warm climate. I just start leaving this room. I'm just like, I was like, fuck it. I'm out. I tried.
If he doesn't want to be saved, what do we gain from trying to get him out of here?
I think I agree.
By the way, his bed's still burning. Also,
So
Just look at him.
so with
Put
the
out your
bed
damn
bed still burning, Rajin kind of wants to like be standing in front of it and like let out a big stretch, and like in one of his hands has like a flask of oil where he's just dumping it out on it, and he's just like, oh no, what happened? The fire just got so much more intense.
DM, is the chamber pot? Am I able to access the chamber pot's shit bucket?
I mean, the chamber pot is literally just an open bucket of shit. So
Malja's gonna walk over, grab the bucket, and go, "You know what, sir?" And I'm gonna toss the bucket in his face, and he's probably covered in shit, and go, "You're a piece of shit," and then I want to walk out.
I follow.
Yeah, Rajin's definitely getting out of here with the fire being in there.
Come on,
We
boy.
go back downstairs.
Boy's following us. Just so you know, we did not leave Boy in the fire room.
Come on, speaker. You either leave with us or you burn to death. It's your choice.
he comes out in this nightgown and he's like, "I don't even have my winter clothes.
You won't
Where-
need
where-
them.
Where are my servants? Have them fetch me my clothes."
You're gonna need it and covered in shit.
You've utterly humiliated this guy at this point. So,
Yeah, so Rajin's like just dragging him along, like, come on.
what is
It's time
what
to
is
leave.
what is the end game here, guys? Are y'all heading away from the care and washing your hands of this incident?
Yeah.
Yep, it's like he wants to die as tiefling snacks. He gets to die as tiefling snacks. We tried. We were kind. We were kind. We were pieces of shit. He responded to neither. We were both good cop and bad cop.
So
I think that went really well. We ended on a high note. Piece of shit.
so y'all are kind of pulling in, exiting the gate. It'd be pretty easy to.
Oh, is that boy?
Oh yeah, you got boy with you in tow here.
Oh,
And let me get y'all on the base map here. Taking a little trip around the map.
If Maldron walks by one of the cultists, I'm gonna go.
Just let you know, that speaker up there caused the fire.
I mean, the cultists are like running and still kind of shambling around here. You've got the open doorway and even the open gateway to the south that tells you there's something amiss going on here. Their slip seems to be, or their grasp on here seems to be slipping a lot, or at least until things settle down. Because they're going to have to get rid of roughly about 25 people in here that were loyal to Hethel.
You know, the cat was looking at this door.
Yeah, the one to your left. It scooted in there when the cultists were kind of going in and around.
I just look irritated because I couldn't knock out the asshat.
Can they get in here?
So inside, what you see is this really well-appointed kind of den. There's like an antechamber feeling. There's a fireplace burning, some nice furniture. There's a person that's standing outside of the door, and he looks at you and whose is you?
Who says you?
Passing by.
Ice too.
It's passing by. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'll shut the door. I think this might be where the actual leader guy is. There's like a guard outside the door over here.
Just one guard?
Yeah, he sounded kind of dumb.
Well, it checks out.
The speaker's not gonna leave. We don't leave. I think probably just leave. But yeah,
Get out of here, regroup somewhere safe.
I'd say just leave. And
Well, just make sure that chain, whatever the fuck devil isn't out there.
I mean, they said they got rid of it.
Do you really honestly believe them?
Well, it was out like way out here, right? It was outside like all these doors. Like we got more doors to go through to get to where that was.
I mean, those doors would be open at this point. A lot of people,
They're still open, so
kind of abandoned their post.
I see a chain devil.
Sorry, you definitely don't see a chain.
See, I told you. No, I'm playing.
Okay, well let's go like quickly before it comes
Boy.
back, and if we hear chains again, like run.
I mean, y'all saw when you came into the courtyard that there was a series of like blasting red lights coming from the top story of the keep. So one could surmise that the threat was handled by the guards that you had first encountered coming up to here.
Here, boy.
We'll come back.
What's funny is as you guys are walking out, boy kind of looks towards this back uh, building and kind of not moans, but cries a little bit. He sits down and barks.
Oh,
This
that's
one right
right.
here. This one right here.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating.
As you approach, you hear a bunch of barking coming from the inside.
Yeah, we did your dogs in there, dude.
Is Boy over here with us now?
Yeah, he'd be in your presence. He's kind of
All right.
pawing at the door here.
Okay. I'll open it.
Inside, you see a pack of wolf dogs that are all kind of wagging their tail, and there's a really young boy that kind of hears the door and he kind of rubs his eyes and he says, "Hi, mister, who are you?"
Rowan Savile. Is this? Does this? What was that guy's name we were looking for? Hold on a second. I'm trying to look up what the name is of the jet we're supposed to find. Garrett. Are you Garrett?
"No, mister, my name's Alisar Solmander, but you could call me Al. I'll watch the dogs here." Inside there are 6 full-grown wolves, sled dogs, complete with a sled, along with harnesses, reins.
Is this? You watch the dogs, but they're not your dogs?
Well, they're kind of my dogs. I watch them, but no, I'm supposed to take them out and run them errands when the people with the necklaces tell me to. It's not a bad gig.
When did these dogs get here, or when did you get here?
I got here probably a 10-day or 2 ago. Tried to sneak in, but they found me coming in the supplies here. And since I'm kind of good with the animals, they don't care. I just watch the dogs and they leave me be.
Let's see. Has Boy walked up to them or anything? Does Boy seem to be interacting with the dogs?
Boy seems entertaining by the dogs. I mean, he's got that alpha dog mentality, so he's sizing everyone up here. But they respect Al at the moment. The pack, I'd say.
Okay. Well, I don't really have shit for animal. Anybody here have solid animal handling?
What is this? What is this gift that is right in front of you guys? Look at it in a very practical sense.
Well, we have a way out now.
You could possibly have a sled dog team.
Can a sled fit all of us?
Wouldn't be able to fit all of you. It could probably fit about 3 of you tops.
We need
but
carry
sleds can
things.
go. Okay.
Yeah, you can certainly go into the Uber business as well.
Maybe we offer the lad and the dogs a job.
So I'm gonna need to see this rideshare contract.
It's the damnedest thing. I don't have parchment on me. But if you come with us, I'm sure we can find someone around the town and get the details worked out. Just nice and.
I don't know if you know anything about this town, but it kind of sucks.
Oh, even better. We're leaving this town.
Oh, that's fantastic news. Where are you going?
Well, we have a few stops to make, Karakonig, but we have a lovely place opening up over in Lonelywood.
Wow, that sounds great. I just need to sleep here with the dogs.
Anyone want to try to?
If you want to sleep with the dogs, you could continue to sleep with the dogs in our tavern.
You got a place for dogs at your tavern?
We could make a room.
Oh, it sounds like it could be a lot of fun. What do you say, Bubs? And they all kind of start barking at him.
How many dogs are there exactly?
Six.
There are 6. But I can't leave here. I'm supposed to work with the people that are running this place.
Oh, but believe me, they're a little occupied at the moment, and I'll be honest with you, you won't survive what they've got in mind.
What do you mean?
Listen, boy, the speaker's covered in shit. There's a power struggle going on between cultists, and they are planning to do some really fucked up shit. So you got 2 choices. Come with us, have a job, or stay here with the dogs and be part of their sacrilegious cult. All right, there, I said it.
Kind of. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Can I come with you then?
Perfect.
We didn't even have to roll persuasion on that one. Nice.
I think he makes a pretty good argument to a child. This guy is like 8 years old. He's super young.
Oh, it's a little boy. All right, cool.
So my name's Al.
All right, Al. Well, yeah. Head the dogs up and follow us out of here.
Okay. So kind of refresh ourselves here on our games. We've done the mine. We've done the moose.
Oh, wait. I have an idea. Group. I'll go.
Hey, I have a splendid idea. If they know if this kid's in here, little boy, do they know you're in here? And do you have are you able to walk around this castle kind of freely?
Well, I know all the ways to get around. I even know where the secret passage is in the tower. Kind of points over in that direction.
Guys, I have a splendid idea. If you hear me out, what if this little boy goes around and steals all their food and their booze, put it on the cart, and we can leave? That way, our expenditures will be cut in half.
I don't know that we should have a little boy running around stealing from a cult.
No, it's super easy. They let me go all the places around here. I can steal almost anything.
All right. Shall
I think we have a plan.
All right.
Also, where do these passages lead to? Anywhere important?
I could take you down to the cistern. There's the scary white lady down there. She's doing some kind of research. Always got books on her.
We want to see her yet.
Yeah, she's kind of scary. One time I saw a guard get in her way, and she didn't even say nothing to him. She just waved her hand, and the guy disappeared.
Yeah, definitely don't want to see her.
Yeah, the thing is, I was just throwing a suggestion. We don't have to do it. It's just an idea.
I'm actually a fan of
empty-handed. You know,
I'm a fan of Maldron's idea. If he can get that quickly, we can send him with a couple gold and allow him to set up a place in Lonelywood and allow him to take care of set up for the dogs as he'd see fit.
I'd say that's reasonable.
I've been sneaking around here. I could help him and carry, perhaps.
Okay, so then Rajin and Casimir help him out.
It's pretty easy to do, to kind of go around and flip through the odds and ends here. But there's not much in terms of possessions that are throughout here. It's a lot of meager things, and what's here is like big furniture, or not so much treasure. They don't really value such things as a cult. It's more about advancing Levistus's agenda.
I was suggesting steal their food and their booze.
No, that's probably the best you'll get out of here is like a barrel of mead or 2 barrels of mead and some food supplies from the chef. Like 2 goats.
Oh shit!
Maybe Al knows where Katarolf is at this time.
Cadger's always in his office at this time. He does the paperwork, and he's just a boring old fart.
The office right over here inside this room.
Yeah, you just go inside, and from the tables, you go to the first door on your left.
Oh, so yeah, that's where we thought it was.
Now, does he go anywhere else? Ever?
No, he just kind of sits up in here and makes his little proclamations, and then the people do his things.
You guys see a cultist just zoom by.
We have.
Do you know any secret passages into his office?
Actually, yeah, he's got an office in, it connects to that tower in the back left. It's got a passage so he can get down into the cistern quicker. That's kind of his route out, but I've kind of stuck in there and watched him on the other side.
We have a reason to do anything with him.
Say that again?
I don't think we have any reason to be dealing with him at this point. Unless we just want to, cause further chaos.
Any further chaos may slow down any plans that they have. It's hard to research and run the cult, and if there's nobody else capable.
Yeah, so I mean, that's the only thing I think we get out of it, because the speaker's not coming, so, all we're getting is, at best, is messing the cult up a little bit.
Well then, maybe we head back to your tavern and figure out where to go from there.
Sounds like a plan.
This is causing more chaos, worth it? We just
I mean,
leave.
you can always cause more chaos. That's
Is it just killing him to cause chaos worth it, or should we just leave? At this point, we got a sled dog team. Maybe do we need anything else?
Outside of killing an asshole, no. You're not going to get anything out of it, so if chaos isn't what you seek to do, then I suppose not.
I'm fine with chaos, but do we gain anything? At best, we mess up the cult's plan some, which might be worth it. Does anyone else have an input? Do we want to try to take the guy out, or just leave?
Do I know if they have a third in charge that would be after him outside of the white tiefling? From my time here, is there anybody else capable of?
is anyone else capable of
Leading the? Is anybody else do I know from my time here? Do I know if there's anybody else capable of leading? Outside of the white tiefling, do I know of anybody else that can?
besides Kadroth and the white tiefling? If Kadroth was gone, probably the white tiefling would take the void, but that's if she has literally just been down in the cistern working on her research.
Check out Katroth. There's not much more glue outside of that, so
that would potentially make them leaderless. That might be worth it then.
I'm all for.
I say, well, you do what you want. I got what I want: the booze and the food and the meat. So you do what you want.
Yeah, I'm. Once we have, I'm all for getting us all out of here as safely as quickly as possible. And again, if there's some chaos we must make on the way out, let's do it. because the longer we stand here debating, the more it's like the longer we stand here debating, the more time they have to kind of just gather
Figure it
themselves
out.
and come after us.
Pretty much. So, were y'all wanting to move the populace? Because that influx of people, that's a strain on housing. You may have to invest in a little bit of housing.
It says like 49 people we'd have to remove from the town.
Yeah, it's roughly about 50 citizens. The other half was mainly in the keep and cultists. So we'll say about like 40 cultists, or 20 for a total of 40. So you got roughly about 50 to 60 people that are displaced.
As far as I'm concerned, we let them know that they're going to die if they stay here, and then it's on them.
We could always decide on me rolling a simple D6 dice. Maldron pulls up a dice set. So let's do this. Evens, we cause chaos. Odds, we leave it as it is.
Then chance it is.
I'm fine with this as long as a decision is made and quickly.
All right, I'm gonna
Roll the
roll
die.
away. Maldron rolls the dice.
So what was the outcome of this?
It was a 1.
Oh, what were you wanting to accomplish? Because I assumed it was Maldron in character rolling the dice.
Yeah, it was. He rolled the dice. That's what I got. It was odds. We leave it as it is. Evens, we cause chaos.
So he's just kind of walk away from the situation here.
Yep, pretty much. Stick a pin in that for now.
We'll come back to it. Don't worry. You know.
And Al's gonna be taking stuff. We're gonna get Al and his team out.
We can still let like the town know, hey, you should probably leave on the way out.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to do it passively like that. I think the last bit of interesting news is like, you know, I've gone through the Chingwas, right? Yeah, the incident with the Chingwas.
Yeah, we found them.
We had the incident at the mine. We had the incident at the White Moose, and by my account, this is the 4th thing that you've investigated, which means you crossed a milestone, and you guys can level up to 3.
Oh my God! Finally, bro.
Excellent. Should we get out of here first, or like, are you gonna place us somewhere?
That's really up to y'all on what your next destination is. It's still feasible for y'all to get to another town tonight, so if we're following that boy track, it's time for y'all to get to Kaer Konig and bunk out for the night.
Let's do it.
We could still follow the lake and look for the fishermen. I don't know if I think they were still only halfway down the lake.
Yeah, we can follow the lake up to Kaer Konig, I believe. Should we go into our D&D Beyond sheets real quick and level ourselves up?
Yeah, just do it passively in the background. We'll still kind of play Theater of the Mind, but I don't envision y'all having to use them for a little bit. So just casually level yourselves up to 3. We'll probably use them within 30-45 minutes, I would estimate.
Yeah, I get to learn one more spell, guys. One more spell.
One more spell. No, it's level 3. You get access to level 2 spells. Unless you're more last.
Yeah, I get one more too, but level 3 spells, so.
So, we're setting our sights on Kaer Konig then, yeah? Or was there, we're going across the course, obviously, looking for the fishermen at the coast, but it's much in the same respect as you've been kind of hugging this west bank of Loch Denizens. You don't see much in terms of caves that have been around, or anything that people would have snuck in, signs of abandoned boats, abandoned fishing gear. You occasionally come across maybe like a fisherman from Caerconig or Caerdenival, but they look absolutely miserable out here. They probably have a handsaw and cut through the ice and are trying to bag some knucklebone trout the old-fashioned way. Journey along the coast is probably long, cold, especially as you guys get in. The walk that you're going to have to endure puts y'all at Caerconig roughly about 6 hours in, or 8 p.m. ish. With no sign of those around. We activate this map. We'll kind of get a good look at Caerconig here. Can y'all see anything? Or is it black? Yeah, it's black.
It's black.
Black.
Ta-da! Caerconig. Much in the same sense as Caerdenival. It used to have a keep up here, kind of towards the entrance, but it's since fallen and it's quite in ruins. This place is basically real touristy now. When people travel to Icewind Dale and they wanted to travel a really high mountain, they would hire out an expedition that came out of here and ferry them up to Kelvin's Cairn, to the top of it. But with the impending winter, that has kind of impeded, traveling and tourism, and this city's hurting a little bit. It's coming in pretty late at night around here. So, we're going to be looking for some kind of shelter or something we can do around here. Like I said, it's pretty late, and the only real features that you see actively around here are this big house that seems to have some kind of pomp and circumstance to it. There's a small supply shop right there called Frozen Fire Expeditions, which you've kind of heard from Keegan in Targos regarding Boy, that he probably would have set off from there. The local inn is called the Northern Light, which exists right there. And there's a small fishing shop also called the Hook, Line, and Sinker. You can find tackle, fishing nets, rods, things like that at that location. But you guys come in, you probably want to head over to the Northern Light to get yourselves situated in some rooms for the night. Is there any point of business while y'all are here, or what are y'all thinking? Kind of casually, theater of mind.
It's about 8, you said?
Yeah, about 8 p.m. Who's the other person saying something? What were you saying?
No, that was Casimir. I'm just trying to get to understand and know the rest of the party while I'm going along.
Yeah, absolutely. Play off of each other if you have questions. Absolutely butt in here. So, is there something you wanted to ask someone?
I think Jonik kind of look over at him, and I just kind of speak a warlock, right?
Sure.
Who is your patron?
I'm a sorcerer, not a warlock.
Sorcerer. Born with it, though.
Something like that.
Yeah, he may have a little bit of a backstory to him.
You kind of look at him. Why do you do this? What's your goals here?
Why do I do what? Adventure?
Yeah. I'm curious. I just want to know more.
Well, I'm found myself in the in towns area in we'll say unfortunate circumstances. And there's not really a lot else to do, so the only way to really like get out of this place is to fix it, I think.
It is true. A lot of the passages in and out of Icewind Dale you can't even traverse right now because they've been iced or frozen over. Ports have closed up, things like that. It's a dire situation. But the only thing that still runs out are whaling boats and some other things you'll find out about it eventually.
Clear, since you don't know. Nikel, appearance-wise, looks like either a child or a kind of weird halfling.
Okay.
Like halfling, but not quite halfling, but also kind of like a child. It's hard to say.
Just, how old are you then? Just kind of not a intrusive way. I look confused by the circumstance, I suppose.
It's well about 27 or so.
I raise my eyebrows and. All right, then. You caught me off guard.
It happens.
So, Sheller, real quick, I'm going to put a bot in our Discord voice channel right now. And odds are when this bot comes in, Ty, that it's going to be pretty loud for you. So right-click Hydra and bump it down to an appropriate ambient noise level for you.
Okay.
Sounds cold.
Yeah, it sounds cold and windy because y'all are making your way outside through the town, kind of having these conversations, getting a little intro and a feel for each other. And coming in, this town sits quietly at the foot of Calvin's Cairn. There's a few bundled up people that shuffle between snow-battered houses, keeping their heads down, barely bothering to give you a look as you pass by them. And as you're walking through, there's a pile of snow on your offhand side, and someone hidden beneath it suddenly goes and stands up. He looks around and yells, "Who goes there? Is it thieves? Oh, I found those creeping bastards." When he pulls down the scarf covering his face, you see it's a silver dragonborn holding on to an empty wine bottle as if it was a weapon. He belches real loud, grins at you, and says, "No, pardon my manners. Bit jittery with all the thieving going on. I'm Travis, the town speaker." If you look towards Discord right now, you've got a picture of Travis coming in.
I just put a hand on his shoulder. We mean no harm. We're just looking for a place to stay tonight.
Oh, you're looking for the inn where the thieves stole the lantern. Corey's been up my ass about it ever since.
We were actually going to look into some thieves here.
Oh, you wanna go talk to Corey? She runs the inn. Let's go get a drink, boys.
let's us go talk to Corey. You can do whatever you're planning to do.
Not nonsense. If you're going to talk to Corey, I'm going to talk to Corey, and let's get a drink.
I put an
he's
arm
like-
around him and help him walk.
He's like, this reminds me of the time where I single-handedly saved Brent Shander. Let me tell you about it. This guy begins to spin up just this god-awful tale of like, have you ever had those conversations with really old people that the conversation always seems to be motion, but it never actually gets anywhere?
Yeah,
That's-
I'm
that's-
familiar
that's-
with the ramble.
Yeah, that's like what's going on is he's leading you eastward through this city, and by the time you're at this tavern inn over here, you're just like fed up with this guy and his boisterous, and he goes, "Here it is, a Northern Light. Let's get a drink." He kind of pushes his way in here. You can see that above it, there's kind of like a mantle or an overhang, an arm, if you will, hanging out of the wall that looks like it would hold a light, but there's none there at the moment. Or maybe like a lantern holder or something akin to that. And Trovis kind of barges through the door, and there's some kind of lovely stewed fish smell in the area. It's rather quiet in here, maybe just a table or two in here at this point. And there's a woman that kind of looks out, and she, you see it, like, her face as soon as she sees Trovis, it goes real stern. And then she sees you all coming in behind. She goes, "Oh, well, hello there, guest. Have a seat, please." And she kind of calls out, "Heat up something for Trovis. He's been out patrolling again."
I help him into a stool. Just kind of back him against the wall on a stool by the bar.
And kind of calls out, "Corey, give me a drink." And she's like, "Oh, fuck off." Eventually, in a few minutes, there's a woman that comes out of the back and produces the soup down in front of her. And she goes, "Oh, don't tell me Trovis here has got you lot all in. He's a bit of a drunk, but he means well." She kind of throws down the soup in front of him. "Here, eat this." "I want a drink." She says, "You're not getting no damn drink. Now eat this and sober up." He just looks kind of sad. "You're so mean to me."
He was saying that you were having some trouble. Somebody stole a lantern.
Aye, they did. I could tell you, no dwarf did this. I'm not really sure what did it. Someone would have spotted people, you know what I mean? And nobody's ever really heard of a silent dwarves, so I don't really know what's going on here. But someone took my magic lantern. It hung outside. It produced beautiful colors. It was something we were known for. I just want it back, really. I don't have much to offer in terms of monetary rewards, but I could let you sleep here a few nights for free and maybe have some booze.
Well,
Wait, any chance, could you describe this lantern, or does this lantern do anything special?
Yeah, it's magical, and when you light it up, it turns a scintillating rainbow color.
Rainbow, so it's not meant to detect anything?
No, it's just meant for a show. I don't know why anybody would take it.
Okay, so it's not the lamp. So it's not the lamp we have then.
Yeah, I don't know what lamp you have.
Who currently has our lamp? Is that Nickel?
Yep. Yeah, I have it.
Could you pull it out and light it real quick? Any chance?
Yeah, I could do that.
I think you would pull this lantern out and give a little tinderbox wick to it and see if there's anything present. But the flame is orange, so.
Well,
That's a little. Okay.
As usual.
did you get a good look at whoever took the lantern, or did you see anything? Anybody have anything to say about it?
I didn't see anything. That was a straight spot. Nobody's seen nothing. Occasionally we see some footprints and they lead out into the middle of nowhere, but I ain't seen nothing. She goes, look, come with me. She kind of ushers you all towards the back, and she opens the back door, and she says they're still kind of faint, but you see them. You point to the ground, and she's kind of pointing out these footprints that have been snowed over. They're small feet, you know. They're maybe like a size 5 or 6 men's tops.
So I guess that speaker or the witch doctor or the wizard, whatever, back at the other town wasn't bullshitting. So this might be our Duergar, boys.
It certainly would seem so.
Duergar. Surely you joke.
Does this dwarf look like I joke?
Well, you don't look like no damn Duergar, I can tell you that.
Damn right.
Well, sorry, I didn't mean offense.
None taken. I don't like those bastards either. So, what are the list of items that they actually took? They took a lantern, some other coin.
They've taken weapons, supplies, food, all kinds of various things have been disappearing across the village.
Does it happen at any certain time?
All times of the day, really. It seems whatever they're doing, they're calculated. They know when people won't be there. They strike, and no one sees anything. We just wake up and our coffers are empty the next day. What with winter bearing down on us, you see why a little bit of food going missing may threaten all of us living here. We ain't got it to spare.
So basically, they just took all your actual survival resources in this town.
Yes, it seems to be the case. I mean, anything that had some value to it, bits of scrap metal, wood, food, oil, it's all been gone and taken from. People are scared. They're watching the goods extra hard at night. And still, things are disappearing.
Where does the footprints exactly lead? Is it just scattered all over the place? Like people have been walking over the fresh footprints, or is it like a straight narrow path?
We'll say like they say like they're always converging towards the northwestern side of town.
Is there any special caves, any mountains towards the northwest part of town, maybe where they're going? Or
Funny you mention that because everyone knows that northwest of Koenig we have the infamous Kelvin's Cairn. And what is important about Kelvin's Cairn right now, guys?
Oh.
You have Boy with you, and
That's where Garrett was going when he disappeared.
And Maldred looks up. Oh, fuck. Oh, by the way, and then I turn over to her, to the little boy. I go, did you see, God, what was that guy's name? Got to look at the notes.
Garrett?
Yeah, that's him.
her face kind of softens.
Garrett's a nice man. Comes through. He tips real well. He went up the mountain about 2-3 days ago. Ain't seen him since.
Oh, right. Did he go with anyone, or it was just him by himself and other dogs?
Yeah, he had a group with him. He said he was leading up the mountain. There was a big Goliath fella.
Easy.
I can't remember the name, but they had a partner who was a small little half thing. I kind of thought that the dichotomy between the two was rather funny. Her name was Perry Lou.
Perry Lou. Okay.
And then there was a tiefling, because she didn't say much. She didn't really do much with the group, really. She kind of hung out to herself, but Garrett pointed her out and said that she was traveling with them. So I knew she wasn't in any trouble. As tieflings can be.
This tiefling, what'd she look like?
Dark skin, horns, like most of them. Kind of scary looking. Kind of soft though. She didn't have too many armors and anything. Didn't draw no weapons. She kind of leaned heavily on a stick and wore some rather insulated robes. But Garrett says that he was hired to find Oya. She's kind of stumbling over the words here. And given kind of just to delve into some character depth here, you are playing a giant, or not a giant, excuse me, a Goliath, correct?
Correct. Yes.
So are you from the Dale? Are you... Because there are actually giant tribes that exist here. Would you say you are, or would you rather not be from?
I come from the mountains, probably not like these mountains, though, I know.
So maybe not associated with the tribes that are in Icewind Dale, because they typically grow up in the mountains as well. That's their bread and butter.
Right. I come from slightly warmer tide.
Okay, so you probably wouldn't have an outlet to this. I don't think any of y'all would be able to finish this jargon of words she seems to be stumbling over. The werebear. The werebear fable they talk about, you know, the one with the Goliaths. She's kind of looking at you as if you know the answer.
Werebear, you say?
It's Oya something.
Can I do like a history check or anything like that? Or
I think this is like regional, so unless you grew up with that culture of the Goliaths around here, you wouldn't have access to the tales that would be spun in secrets around the tribes.
So it wouldn't have made its way like anywhere else. It would just be here.
Nah, it's kind of a local legend.
Okay.
She says, I can't believe you don't know. Anyways, the big barbarian, he was going to go and try to find Oya whatever and get her to bite him. That's what I heard, but I haven't heard anything about it. And honestly, it sounds like an old wives' tale to me, so...
Take care of old wise tales. They may be true.
I suppose, but if you bring me a talking werebear, and I'll eat my words.
I mean, if I want to be as smart about it, you are eating your words.
She's like, what?
Forget it. It's just a stupid joke. Thank you. What was your name? Allie? I'm assuming, was it Allie or is it?
It's Corey. Allie's the one. Corey. Allie is the one that is behind the counter at the moment. The one that you initially saw. Corey's the one that brought out the suit for Trobus.
Right. Well, thank you.
Is the boy with us? I'm assuming he's going along with us. We just got a band of merry men.
No. Like, Miss Tori, do you mind? We have if we do decide to head this way and check this out for you, we have our young ward here. Do you think you can keep an eye on him while we do this?
What young ward? I thought Al went the other direction.
It wasn't Al sent towards
Lonelywood? Back to Lonelywood.
Okay. So he went back to Lonelywood. That's my bad.
Just making sure, because he's not with us.
Yeah, it's like, I need to place this real quick, because I had mentally placed him somewhere else.
Move that
Well,
little
we have
chest piece
Al,
there.
who is a boy, and then we have Boy, who is a dog.
Some of the play on words when y'all finally get this shit, it's like so funny. So there are like these stupid Chad jokes in here all the time, and I love it.
So, did Boy come with us then?
Boy is with you because you guys think he would have some presence of mind to be able to find Garrett on the mountain.
Okay.
Corey, I got a question. Since these tracks are leading up to the mountain, is there any place we can get, like, I don't know, a sled, and then Boy here can lead the charge?
Frozen Far Expeditions. And they hire out dog sleds all the time from there.
Do you kind of know how much they charge for a whole set?
I mean, he's a reasonable man. You're looking for Atticus Swift. He's a local ranger around here. He has a protege named Jothra that's a guide that's taken on a bit of the old man's wisdom. Supposedly he rents out a sled for 2 gold cover straight to Kelvin's Cairn and probably at the most viable locations to set up camp. It's rather a specialty.
I would safe to assume that they might still be open at 8, 9 o'clock at night?
No, it's rather late. They set up rather early in the morning, though. If you'd be needing a room, you could stay here. I could surely use the money, both of us.
Are you sure you're not going to get stolen tonight? By those Dugard?
They haven't stolen people. Only valuable possessions.
Yet.
Yeah. All right, well then, gentlemen, do you mind staying here tonight and we head on to Kelvin's Cairn?
Sounds reasonable to me.
Great idea.
Head out before first light.
So I'll bunk down here. This is probably real quick. Did everyone get leveled up?
Yeah, I did the import already.
Excellent. So
Yeah, same.
Kaz, did you get yours done? I'm about to import you.
Yes.
Bet. Okay.
Is it still just the 4 spells for me?
It will probably tell you. It's always going to tell you at the bottom of your sheet how many you can do. That's the great thing about playing on a VTT is it calculates all that stuff, all the extraneous math, pretty quick and on the fly. So I just imported you. You're at 3.
There's my dog.
Now Jen's 3.
And this is me.
You get Rajin up. That's also why I prefer to use this method, because when you guys are done playing these characters and they're mid to high level, and you've had a lot of fun on them, you can still hold on to the sheet for memory's sake. Alright, Rashid, you are level 3. And character, so everybody's good to go. So you guys head over to Frozen Far Expeditions, which is manned by this elf protege and subordinate duo here, and you can buy all kinds of like climbing things, and your snowshoes would be here. You could buy a sled. You could even buy dogs here if you wanted to, because they kind of breed out dogs. It's got a rather large like kennel building attachment to it, and a few sleds that are tied up at the front of the store. Various flags, all kind of expedition type equipment and adventuring gear. Your crampons, your snowshoes, etc.
What time what time is it currently that we wake up?
That's a good point. It's probably like I always usually start the day at about 7 a.m. and it takes you about 30 minutes to get up, get all suited, get some food in you, that kind of stuff. So probably from like 7:30 a.m. till 8 a.m. is when this would happen. And I'll get you more into it, but there's like an actual calendar that is usually pretty accurate that I keep. So right now they are on Elliot 9 and 1492 on the left-hand menu in Foundry. If you click the
See it right here, 75006.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
And there's actually inside Foundry, if you click the token HUD, like the little person icon in the upper left, you'll see this icon that pops out called SC. If you click on that, that'll give you like a more detailed breakdown. You can actually go in here and write yourself notes every day if you're a note taker. You can share them with the group if you're inclined to do that as well. Really, really cool kind of app just to keep everything organized in here.
Right on.
But yeah, it's early in the morning. You guys are wanting to hire a dog sled, and the gentleman's what's your intentions on going towards the can?
We're gonna find a missing person, Garrett. Apparently, from the townspeople here and pretty much all around the land, he's a great guy. And
yeah, he looks instantly concerned. He said, "Garrett's gone missing."
Yeah, didn't you hear? He's been missing for about, let's see, and turn around to the boys, about 4 or 5 days now?
I mean, it could take a while to get up to the cairn. The weather isn't always the best, so...
So give us our best dogs.
Kind of sighs. He says, all right, I'll take you myself.
Oh, really? Oh, well, that's grateful of you.
I still need to charge a meager sum, though, to just cover supplies and everything. I hope you understand. It's not a charity.
Of course not.
Of course, we live in hard times.
Absolutely. One still has to make a means.
And then I kind of whisper, and also we're gonna figure out, we're also on tracks to fighting the
People that stolen shit here, but yeah, you know.
I just kind of lean down and it'll work out in the end. We'll get it back.
So Jathra asked for the 2 gold cover to kind of take care of the supplies expedition, and hinging on you guys pay that would, tell you to get ready, because she's gonna suit up and get the dogs ready to go. And basically breaks them up into 2 sleds. Herself driving one, and she says, "Are any of you good with animals? Have any of you driven before?"
I'm not really one for animals, per se.
Yeah, I think I only have +1 to animal handling, yo.
I have +3. I think I'm the only one.
So the dogs aren't going to drive themselves, I'm afraid.
I got nothing on animal handling.
Who's the wisest among us?
That would be moi.
I have a wisdom +3, so.
Yeah, you got me beat.
So, we have a pretty big group. Do we have to rent 2 sleds, or can we all fit in one? You just have a big giant sled.
She's pulled out 2 sleds. That's kind of why she needs a driver on the other one. Is you could probably fit 4 on the off sled, and her as a driver, and 3 people on the other sled, or maybe her and 2 people in her supplies on that sled. So there's definitely a need for at least 2. They probably don't have a large sled like that.
At least 2 of us are pretty small.
Plus you have Boy that can kind of lead you there.
So, should I?
We should have Boy go with the actual person that's leading us, and then I will drive and I'll follow our guide here.
Well, it probably takes 15-20 minutes to get everything in gear. We've got the 2 sleds that are pulled around, each being pulled by at least 6 dogs. Boy gets clipped in the lead position at the behest of the group here to the lead sled. And you guys take off towards Cairn. It's between the rest break that the dogs need and the time it takes to get you there is probably about 11 or so.
11 hours?
No, 11 a.m.
Oh, okay. Hear Maldron go, mush, mush, and when they stop, rest, rest.
So you guys are approaching the mountain, and your guide here kind of points to this space at the base, and she says,
You see that? Over there. That is the perfect place to set up a winter camp. The winds are broken by the small jut inside of the mountain. You could hug the ball there and not be as exposed to the elements. If I were to wager, I would say that they are there.
they're kind of calling out to the people that are audible on her sled as she's beating in on the location. You guys are still a good distance away, but the size of this mountain that's coming up to you is just absolutely ginormous. I'm going to start setting you up on a map here. Any conversation going on as y'all are kind of beating in on this location?
Who's on what sled? Like,
It's a good question.
Women and children are with the dwarf, so Nickel, me, and the other halfling.
Tarek and children. Oh my god. Tarek and his butch stout self.
I've been kind of just stoic on the sled because I do. While I'm not from here, I am used to the cold, so just kind of dazing off into nowhere.
That's Ty that said that, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, I'm still getting wrapped into that. That's one of the things that's kind of nice about being a Goliath in Icewind Dale is you actually have resistance to cold damage. Just as like a bonus flavor thing. Even if you're not from the Dale, it's just something that's inherent to Goliaths playing this.
Just hard nipples, enjoying the ride.
So I'm going to take control of your group real quick and give y'all a pretty good look at what we're up against. Just to expose the map here. The spot they kind of lead you into is right here. And as you guys are kind of pulling into here, you see two tents that are pitched in the snow and an icy outcropping that acts as a natural windbreaker. Between the tents is an overturned sled, and still harnessed to the sled are 5 howling dogs. Boy is immediately, like, even at the behest of Jath over here, telling them to stop, that he's still pulling the sled towards his dogs and kind of licking their faces as he approaches. The sled is overturned. It seems to have like a busted, I don't even know the technical term for the metal part underneath. That's the actual sled. But it's kind of all wonky and would drag if they tried to pull it. It's pretty busted up. And Jathra is kind of.
You see, this seems like the place where they would have made an ascent, or at least a base camp.
I'm going to inspect the tents.
Sure. You kind of go around and unzip them, look into them. They're kind of flapping in the wind, and as you look inside of them, there's like maybe a blanket or two on the ground, but in terms of like actual possessions, there's really nothing here.
There's nothing in here. There's no signs of people. Just the tents, maybe some blankets.
Yes, it would have traveled light, you see, ascending the mountain with only things that were necessary.
They would have taken their tents with them, right?
Probably something more compact in their pouch, honestly. These are rather large tents, and heavy at that.
She kind of looks around and kind of maybe squats down where the dogs are.
She says, you see,
She's pointing under the sled.
there's 2 supply crates down here.
Is like, are they unopened supply crates?
Are you looking down and checking them out?
Yeah, I'll give it a little investigate. We're out of the sledge, right?
Yeah, y'all are kind of checking out this base camp scene going on right here.
I'll give a. I don't have much on investigation, but I mean I can investigate.
I could say this is not something that like Dice is gonna equate out to. You can look at a box and discern some details from it. Just kind of looking down there and giving it a good peek, you notice that one of the crates seems to be almost chewed through. Like the dogs went through it, marred out a corner of it. The other one is pushed further back in the sled, almost like it was inaccessible, and it still seems to be sealed.
Nobody's touched these for a while. The dogs had to force their ways in.
If you get in there and kind of pull the other crates out, the dogs are salivating as you pull it across, and prying it open, there's enough rations to feed 4 people for 5 days.
Okay, well, can we give the dogs some of the food at the moment? Well,
I mean, they are like salivating as you're looking it over, so they're drooling on themselves. So they're all sitting. Some of them are doe-eyed. They're all kind of crying a little bit.
I think they deserve it.
Best feed them before they make us a meal.
I happen to agree. In fact, what kind of food are they? Are they ones I can warm up to give to the dog?
I think the best way we can describe this is it's like hunger
Jerky?
is the best spice. It's just some preserved hardtack and probably some meat. So they're not gonna be too particularly picky though. Hunger is the best spice.
I'll feed the puppies.
All the rations are here. Where did they go without any food?
Jathra says, obviously up the mountain.
They're not going to go up the mountain without food.
Why would
You
you?
still have to live.
If you wreck, why would you go farther up the mountain?
Well, if Garrett was taking his hiring crew up the mountain to look for the Oya Minotaurok, then an ascent would have been needed. They would have made base camp here, obviously, and made the actual ascent with lighter supplies.
Do we see any footprints or anything around, or is it just covered in snow at this point?
Nothing really. But Jathra's looking around, and she kind of points out this path.
You see, you could easily ascend the mountain, zigzagging up this way.
Kind of pointing out many, hundreds of feet in the distance here from the base camp.
I'm gonna I'm gonna talk in
One more time. It's gonna breaking up on us again.
Alright, I'm gonna establish the link with Rowan, so Rowan's will hear in his head. Am I alone in not really trusting this person?
You're talking about the woman, right?
Yeah.
I don't and I'm saying this in my head.
Yeah, so just I would be hearing it.
Yeah. I don't really see a reason for her to lead us out here. My question is like, I don't have detect magic or anything. It's like, these were experienced men, so I have no idea why they would leave their supplies here. That means they got here.
This seems fishy.
And then
I
left.
can do something new and potentially see what she's thinking. If you don't think that's a bad idea.
I don't see why it would. I don't see why it would be. Any advantage we can get is worthwhile.
Okay. And then I'm gonna check God.
Okay. Is this a surface read or a deep read?
I'll go surface and see what's there, and if I think I need to, I can go deeper.
Are you getting a genuine concern for this Garrett person? They not necessarily have a strong familiarity with him, but they are coming from a place of like respect and genuine concern. And even then, like you may have not actually seen Garrett, but you mentally can almost pick up on his features, like this rugged, bearded, very, very good-natured man. That kind of comes mentally as a picture in your mind. You could almost see him if you were to run into him and notice him based off the mental imagery.
I think that's probably good enough. I think it's probably good enough. I'm not going to dig deeper because right now she shouldn't be aware that I did it.
Yeah, this is surface at the moment.
Yeah, as long as I don't dig deeper, they don't know. I'll leave it at that for now. And I'll just tell Roman. Seems like she's legit, I guess. She seems concerned for it. Yeah.
I will turn to the woman and ask her, so, if they're not here, where would they go on this mountain?
She kind of points to the trail again. If they were to make an ascension, because that's why you come to a mountain, obviously, is to ascend it, they would have taken the trail. And you can kind of see it over that way. She's pointing towards this zigzag pattern. You can see that there's like a series of slopes that can be taken to ascend an easier way up.
Is there shelter for her down here to stay while we go up?
I can certainly stay. That's not a problem.
Well, is Boy just a sled dog? Like, would Boy be able to help us find his master?
I think that's more of a decision on the group. Like, I would be able to tell you an answer, but
no. What do you guys think?
Let him try and like snip out his owner, because he seems very concerned about him. He just saw the dog team, so
Yeah, I mean, he's been useful so far. I don't see why we wouldn't take humans.
Yeah, he's been good.
Okay,
so I think it would work.
Okay. Do I see anything? Do we see anything on the site that looks like it would have been owned specifically by Garrett?
the sled, obviously. Especially given the fact that y'all went into Garrett and Keegan's house and saw 6 dog beds that were kind of around the hearth of the fireplace. You put it together that given there are 5 dogs tied down and a broken rigging where the 6th dog would be, you can kind of put 2 and 2 together. This may be his pack.
Yeah, more so. I'm curious if there's something I could have Boy sniff to just kind of refresh his master scent.
Oh, that's saying like a dog would forget its master, though. Boy doesn't need a scent to find Garrett. He just needs to scent.
Let's go find Garrett. Go find Garrett.
He's like poof poof poof, like just wagging his tail and spinning in circles, almost like he's waiting for you guys.
All right. I personally choose to follow Boy. I feel like he knows his way around here better than the rest of us.
I also kind of take off and follow the dog. Just flop it along in my armor.
It's just about midday when we start crawling up the mountain here. The path is, doable, scalable as you start getting up here. The measurement, as you get higher up, you're probably like 200 feet off the base level or 300 feet by the time you guys start getting around there. And this is very, very theater of mind, but you kind of curve the slope here and then make an ascent up towards this way. That's the general path we're following right now. And as you guys make this kind of rather large climb, you're 300, 400 feet up in the area, and you really start to ascend at this point. And you guys are maybe passing this large outcropping of rock that's on your offhand side. And as you pass it by there, you look towards in that direction. And for a second, you see something stir. Your eyes kind of focus in, and you hear a meh.
Meh. It's a fucking goat.
Meh. And you look across the way, there are these 4 mountain goats that are perched up on this rock, probably, 100 feet high in the air. No fucking clue how they got up there. And they're just bleating at you passively as you pass by.
Okay, so let's see. We got goats.
They are excellent climbers, from what I heard.
You think they belong to anybody?
Do they look like wild mountain goats, or are they legit like maybe actual?
They don't have like collars on or anything like that.
I mean, like more naturally groomed, like people like groomed them, or more like wild, like all nasty and knotted looking.
These are some pretty gnarly looking goats. I mean, they're groomed. They're fitted to be here. They're not sheep where they have to have their wool sheared. They're.
Is there like any caves or anywhere where they might like sleep or anything like that nearby?
As far as you can tell, it looks like the goats climbed up here because they're literally on this like rock growth or outcropping that's maybe 50, 75 feet high, and they're on the summit of it, just kind of.
Well, let's just hope to God that our dogs don't go chasing those goddamn goats. Luckily, we gave them rations, so that's a good start.
Yeah, I think they're just doing goat things.
Goats doing goat things. So you guys continue to make your ascent here, and we've got like a sheer ridge to go across here, so we need to establish a marching order in terms of like who's first, who's second, blah 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 blah. Because you've maybe got like 4 or 5 feet off to your left and right hand side to kind of move between. So it'd be very much a single file type of thing.
I'll be near the back.
Okay.
I'll be in the middle. Maldrin will be in the middle. I'll probably suggest maybe Casimir will take the lead since.
I'm a big bullet sponge. I can do it.
Oh, Casimir, you don't have light. You can't see everything. That probably makes a lot more sense to you now. Where would Rajin be in the great scheme of things here? We've got Rowan in the middle, Maldrin's in front of him, Casimir's in the front. Where's Tarek and Rajin?
Are we putting like Tarek in the back since he's in the front, or are we putting both of our sponges in the front?
I'll move a little further back.
Oh, won't Tarek go like right behind Kaz? I'll take up the back. Raj, you can go in front of Rowan or something.
Rogues do it from the middle. Alright, so it probably looks like this coming up here, right?
Yeah.
Do we see it? Do we see any sign of? Do we see any sign of anything left behind by the other party?
Nothing that you've come across yet, but it's still like a reasonable climb. I mean, y'all have the sun's down. You've probably taken 6 hours to get up at this point, just because it's such a hard climb. So time's passing relatively quickly, given the progress made in physical distance. But you haven't come across anything yet. You've got roughly about a 200-foot walk, kind of across this narrow cliff that you guys start proceeding across. And as you get halfway there, you hear a crack. And Tarek, you have danger sense, right?
I do. I think it's the. Yeah.
Yeah. He has. Cat is being needy. Sorry, making it hard to click. So, as you kind of realize and take in what's going on, you can scream this word back to your comrades here and let them know that this is what's happening.
So, do we keep moving? Do we stay? What are we doing?
And,
Everyone, it's an avalanche.
Oh, shit!
And I put you all into initiative for Casimir. You know how you're using the chat bubble on the right-hand side? Click the fist menu next to that, or you can actually right-click it and it'll pop out its own window. But that's our initiative. And you just right-click the dice next to your name to roll initiative there. Rajin, are you still there? Homeboy may have fallen asleep. Hakashin, are you there?
Moved himself
Rajin,
position.
you are very quick, and you must be here. I'll roll his.
He moved himself into the line, didn't he? Or did you do that?
No, I did that, so he may have passed out here. Yeah, guys, it's an avalanche, roughly 500 feet above you, spanning 200 feet across, 100 feet deep, and 30 feet wide, is a torrential downpour of snow that is hurtling down at your distance at the moment. Now, each of you has roughly about, if we're assuming Nikel is at the very back of the line here, you have 100 feet to cross. 95, 90, 85, 80, and 75 feet to cross to get to safety. Not really sure how quick this thing is going, but Maldron, you're the first one up to be able to react. So what do you do?
I'm assuming the snow is kind of like knee high on me, or is it like low snow? I'm able to move, not tough terrain.
You're able to move unabated. You could dash if you wanted to. The snow is not on you yet, but what is coming will be tons and tons of snow bearing down on your location.
Just got to clarify for us short people here. Okay. So, from what I can see, is there any type of ledge and there's like a crevice like that we can see to like duck underneath that?
Oh, that would be too easy. No, your options as they stand are to brace for impact or attempt a GTFO.
Ooh. All right, I'm gonna scream out. All of our big guys and tough guys run to the front. We brace ourselves, and then our weak buddies in the back. And I'll try to rush up. I'll dash across. How long will it take for the snow to impact us? That'd be a good thing.
You are unsure at the moment.
Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna run up with going up towards Casimir, probably up to here, double dash or dash, and then just put my shield up, and then kind of being brace for impact.
So that would net you 50 feet of movement.
Yes.
If you dash and then use your action to dash, so. Just a moving window. Fuck.
Shit.
Alright, Malchin, you are currently 35 feet away from your goal of being out of harm's way.
Got it. Yep.
Alright, Rowan. You're 95 feet away.
95. I am 95 feet away. One moment. I need to check something real quick. Awesome. So I'm going to do my. Which direction is safety?
It's kind of, you could go backwards or forwards. You're roughly equidistant, but given your positioning, you were actually 5 feet closer to the forward side than backpedaling.
Okay, I'll go. I have 30 feet, so I'll use my full movement and a dash, and that gives me 60 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I can use action surge and do another dash. That gets me over there, correct?
That'll get you a full 90 feet. Now, if you want to, I'll let you jump. You land prone.
That's what I was gonna. Hey, you read my mind. I was going to ask if I could try to jump that last 5 feet.
Give me an athletics to see how you kind of react to the situation.
An athletics, all right.
Yeah, we'll see how your fate plays out.
All right, 16.
Pretty damn well, I would say. Yeah, you dash forward in a series. It's almost like you can feel the wind as Rowan zips by you. He runs 30 feet in 2 seconds, and another 30 feet in 2 seconds, and another 30 feet in 2 seconds, and he finally nosedives, landing prone, and you're maybe about 5 feet over your goal.
Okay, cool. I just had to go in and take away my action surge manually. So awesome.
You are 5 feet over at the moment.
Hey Apollo, is this okay? Because I noticed you have the height thing. Is that fine? Me putting 35 feet so it keeps track of how far we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I've got it kind of written down in notes, but that's just how I operate. So if y'all want to tackle it yourselves, absolutely.
Got it.
Alright, bro, and are we following up with anything? Because you're in the clear, and I think that burned your entire action economy there.
That burned my entire action economy, so I can't prep a moon, but I use my entire action economy to get the hell.
GTFO.
It's like hopefully I left a nice little trail for them to run through.
Alright, Nikel.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to end the turn. My bad.
Oh no, you're good, man. You're good. This is kind of an informal initiative, more time tracking than anything. So, Nikel, how do you proceed here?
How far am I? Like you said, like 105 or something.
You are at the very back of the line, so you have 100 feet to cover.
100 feet. Make up the distance. So I'm just gonna run and dash. I can make 70 feet. Yeah, I'm just gonna run and dash. Get 70 feet out of that way.
Okay, so you are 30 feet roughly from your destination there.
Yep.
Alright then, Tarek, how do you proceed to handle this? You have a distance of 80 feet to cover to safety.
Okay. Well, I'm going to rage just in case I get hit by an avalanche. Does some kind of damage I could have resistance to.
Okay.
And then I am going to go. I'm going up the mountain, forward toward the avalanche, and I'll use my full motion plus dash, so that'll get me, I guess, 50 feet.
Okay. And you're talking about moving away, right? When you say towards, I picture you ascending the mountain aggressively at this avalanche.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Ascending aggressively at the avalanche.
Oh, so you're ascending the mountain. You're like going head on at it?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
What?
right.
Who the hell's doing that?
Let me ask you as a friendly DM, are you sure you want to do that?
Well, didn't you say I was closer to that side than the other side?
So the way it stands in my head, if I'm understanding, you've got a way forward and you've got a way back, right? You are 80 feet closer to the way forward. You're 120 feet to the way back. But what you're telling me is you instead choose to go up and into the direction of the oncoming avalanche, as if you're climbing upwards. Do I understand that right?
Well, that's the direction Rowan went, but he got
No. Rowan went forward. He didn't go up the mountain, charging, climbing into the avalanche. He went sprinting away from the avalanche. So I'm assuming you
backwards.
No, forwards. Because think you're kind of walking on the cliff or an edge of a cliff, right? You got about 4 or 5 feet movement, and you've got a large wall that's on your other side. So you kind of are hugging the wall, kind of making your way treacherously, and you hear this avalanche. Now, the only real way you can do is keep continuing forward along this narrow path, or to turn around and go back the way you came. But from what you're telling me, it sounds like you want to climb upwards, like
no, I mean
directly
forward along the path.
Okay. That's. I was like, bro.
I thought our path was going up the mountain.
I was like, bro, I've seen some like people react, but no one's like, yeah, hit me. You know what I mean?
It's the advantage on the dex save. That's my major sense. Right? Plus, I'm raging, so
and they come in
I can just take it.
So
no, I'm going along. I'm going to continue along the path we were going on forward, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. So you continue along. You make a dash movement, and you get yourself 50 feet. So you're roughly 30 feet away, I think is what we said. And you actually have to take a little bit of stride here because the Kel is in the 30-foot spot, so you'd be like 35 feet away.
Got it.
Okay, Kaz, you haven't had much of an intro to the group here, but let's see how good you are at saving your own ass.
So,
You've seen them all kind of sprint off in front of you. You've got 75 feet to cover.
and my dash will cover 60. Is it double movement, correct?
Correct.
So I will dash. I'll run, and kind of. Can I like pull out my shield towards the end and like dive on it and kind of try and make a sliding thing?
Oh,
Toboggan?
see, I love
Shield
player.
toboggan?
I love player creativity, so yes, absolutely, you can do that. So you take off running at full speed, which is going to net you the 60 feet. Since you're 70 feet away or 75 feet away, you've got 15 feet to cover. So I'm going to let you roll me an athletics check, and let's see how well you can surf this wave, sir.
So do I go into the menu and hit athletics then? Is that
You should be able to double click your character, like it brings up your sheet, and go to your attributes section. And from here, you just have to click the word athletics.
athletic?
And it'll bring up a menu. It's going to ask you if you want to go disadvantage, normal, or advantage. In this case, we'll go normal. If you had like bless or something, you could add it on here in the situation.
Do I have, since I am a Goliath, I think I have advantage on athletics checks, don't I?
So if we double check that, we can actually pull that info out.
That's pretty funny, Modron.
That's exactly how I'm picturing it.
You have proficiency in athletics, which means you automatically will add your proficiency bonus, but I don't see anything about advantage on it.
Okay, so just normal.
Yeah, exactly, because the sheet will math that in for you.
Oh, come on.
What do I do? Give me a deck save.
Dexterity. Is it just a... Here we go.
Yeah, I click the word dexterity and it'll ask you
Saving throw?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Fuck me.
I mean, like, should I throw you off the mountain? Really? I don't want to do that to the new guy. I want to say...
I think Rowan needs a deck save for getting run into.
I think you've got 15 feet to clear, right? I'm going to say you slide 10 feet and you lose your balance. You fall ass prone just 5 feet from your destination. So I'm going to mark you as prone on here. And one of the cool things about Foundry is if you don't know what prone is, you can click that word prone in chat right now. It'll remind you exactly what the status effect is. You're going to have to burn half your movement to stand up next turn.
Okay.
But you've only got 5 feet to go total, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
Safety.
And it's when the avalanche starts rumbling above you in the span of the time it took. This avalanche has proceeded to move 300 feet. Rajin, of course, presuming he's not here at the moment still. The guy probably passed out. He begins to move. He's going to burn his feline agility. And
So with him being a rogue and feline agility, he can move like 180 feet this turn if he wants.
Yeah, he goes up to 30 or 60 speed at the moment, and he can bonus action dash on top of that. So
120.
He's up to 120.
He can action dash and bonus action dash. He can get to 180 if he wants.
I think he dashes all the way forward, and he sees our paladin on the ground here. Rajin, with all of his might, he's gonna try and use his inertia as he presses forward to grab onto your wrist and almost catapult you to safety.
Ooh.
And he falls just short of his goal. He's 100 feet. He's safe, but as he's grabbed under your arm and yanked, he has no forward momentum to flip you, and he just kind of falls on his ass here on the ground.
That is not how I intended that to go.
These online dice hate me. I'm just.
You got to sage your computer.
Alright.
Alright, Maldron.
I'll just do a dash to get to safety, so I should be able to make it with 50 feet. I have 35 feet left, so I'll make it with Ronan there.
I think even looking at it, the numbers and everything, with y'all's speed, you would be able to clear across this thing before. Luckily, all of y'all got great on your initiative, because if anyone had gone 10 or below this round, they would have been caught.
Oof.
But Rajin is the only one that did, and he was able to get out. So I think using a combination of making sure each other is safe and dashing towards the safety line, you guys are able to clear the avalanche before
Yay!
before it comes cataclysmically tumbling down. Now the great thing about it is if you were caught, you would have taken 1d10 damage and made a athletic save. The bad part is if you failed the save, you would have fallen off the mountain. The good news about that is fall damage is capped at 20d6 though. And it's
So because we all have that to spare.
I know it's only 1,000-foot drop, so
That's all. That's it.
I did have one player survive it this past week, which was kind of cool. She raged on the way down, and they were like, "Bro, if you killed my second character, I was about to rage quit." I was like, "You survived."
They already lost one character.
Yeah, the moose got them. They explored without the party, and the moose bored the shit out of them. Like, I think they had 12 HP, and the moose hit them for like 28, so it was an instant give.
Oh.
Yeah, it was rough stuff. But yeah, y'all are across the treacherous avalanche over here, and as you're kind of pressing towards as a group, collecting yourselves and getting a little collective sigh of relief. You can tell it's kind of opening up as you press a little bit more westward here. And you eventually come to like a clearing. And as you guys look down, there's a spattering of red that's on the snow before you. You realize that there's some kind of humanoid that's laying on the ground.
Oh no.
How's the boy reacting to this?
The boy immediately is like he kind of freezes at first, and he's smelling the air, and as soon as he catches scent, he like bolts off, and he's crying and licking their face and trying everything they can to kind of rouse them. He's kind of pawing at them a little bit, and eventually he just full blood just lays across the chest or the torso of this individual, covering them.
Run up and turn around and see who it is.
You look and you see this obviously injured man that's he's got a thick beard, very brawny. It's human, auburn or brownish hair. Seems to be unconscious at the moment.
You do.
Okay, unconscious but not dead.
Correct.
I can do. I'm gonna do 5 lay of hands.
Sure. You start to charge up your lay of hands and stabilize him a bit here. And kind of starts to gather himself a little bit. And excuse me, just 1 second. I need to check something. Digging at my D&D Beyond app and looking at y'all a second. Yep. Okay. Just like I thought. So you guys are immediately tending to this person that's on the ground, I'm assuming, yeah?
Yeah.
He kind of rouses himself. You guys, can tell that he's quite shaken up, but you could very well judge by Boy's reaction this could be Garrett. And he gains just enough presence of mind to tell you guys to look out, and points behind you as one of these cats you see is leaping in the air towards Tarek right here. And because they snuck up on you, he's going to make a singular surprise round. And at a 17 to hit Tarek.
God damn.
Gets 6 damage incoming. Because
I assume my rage is gone.
rage lasts for a minute, so it would have been a little bit of a walk. So yeah, I'm assuming it would have been down. As he's galloping at you, he triggers his pounce. And I need you to give me a strength save, please. Tarek, you've been knocked down by the surprise cat. Because you're prone, he's going to bite you. And because you are prone, he's going to roll with advantage here. Let's see, grips onto your neck.
Oh,
that's another 4.
Okay.
Which honestly sounds like a lot, but Tark is a tough cookie. Tark is not even bloodied after that. He's looking a little wheezy, maybe, but it's definitely not bloodied. And at this point, we're going to give everyone an initiative here.
Is that 14 damage?
Yeah, that would have been 14 damage. But Tark is beefy, y'all.
Am I still prone too?
No, you wouldn't be prone. That was involving the avalanche.
Okay.
And damage one.
I think we may have to. Well, he was able to trigger a multi-attack because of a series of events. We're probably gonna take Rasheen out of the picture. I don't like playing with other people's characters when they're not here. Hey, Yannick, you're the first person with presence of mind in order to be able to do something about these. Let's say this cat's roughly about 20 feet back, but this is the one that's in melee range.
Bad kitty, roll up newspaper.
Okay, so we assuming that this is kind of like how we're laid out, like
Yeah,
when we move around and stuff.
Yeah, this is very like theater of mind. You've got a good distance to kind of move around, but nothing's really too set in stone. You're out of melee range, so you can freely move and attack unabated.
Oh, I'm going to first get up behind people. And then, let's see, do I want to... I'm just going to firebolt this one for now.
Okay. Shoo! That'll hit.
Nice.
Wow, that's a beefy hit there.
Beautiful.
Good job, Mikkel. Anything else on your turn?
That'll be all.
Okay. Our next cat kind of moves in here, taking a 20 feet dive at poor Rowan.
Please dodge. Please dodge.
We hope so. As he comes barreling down with a claw attack in your direction.
Oh, that's a lot of that's a lot of bonus there.
That's a lot of bonus, unfortunately. Because he moved 20 feet, I'm going to need you to give me a strength save.
A strength saving throw.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
16.
You brace the impact of this large beast hurtling at you and stave off its efforts to knock you off balance and therefore prone. Kind of buck it off as it stands looking a little exposed at you now. Next one goes here. He's going to attempt to come at Tark again while he's on the ground. It's just absolutely relentless. This thing seems ravenous. Tark is starting to look a little hurt. But he's we may have to call him cat bait after this, the way he's fighting him off here. So push us into Rowan.
My turn now.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to. Sorry, I need to get the target going because I can't target I can't target someone next to me with a ranged weapon. Correct?
So the way it works is if you have someone in your melee distance and you try to make a ranged attack, it will be a disadvantage, and that's kind of representing like
if I have someone or if I have my target.
If you have someone.
Ah, shit.
So you have options where you could test the waters, maybe brave that taking that reaction or that. That reaction from the Crag Cat here. And
they get a singular attack of opportunity if I get out of their movement without disengaging. They get a singular attack of opportunity.
Correct.
I've got to risk it to move my full 30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So.
And so he's going to make a claw at you as you attempt to move away from him. And it looks like a hit for 5 slashing.
Okay, that sucks, but I'm alive.
You've backed out to an extreme range to be able to kind of take some pot shots at him. So.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to move my guy, but...
Probably like that.
Okay, thank you, yes. So now, I'm gonna absolutely, hold on a second, where am I? Sorry, trying to find this. I am absolutely gonna target this guy. And let's use my longbow. ...18 hits.
Oh, hell yeah, an 18 hits.
Let me roll
Where
that.
are we going after the bottom one that's uninjured or the top one that's been injured?
Oh, did I select the wrong one? I thought I selected the one that was attacking Tarek. No?
I was just wondering if it's that one. Then yeah, I'll take the HP off of him accordingly.
Yeah. All right. So just normal, not crit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. Let me see what I can do here. Also, let me see. Sorry, I'm still learning this feature. Quick question: where would I find my
Second wind.
No, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, okay. Not. I don't want to use either of that. I'm gonna use my second wind instead.
Okay.
So let me just do that real quick. Boom.
So you got a card out to give yourself healing. Swing.
Oh yes.
Very nice. Tops you up completely.
Yeah. Whew. And all right. That. Whew. Maldrin, you got this.
Yep, I'm going to take my my warhammer and I'm gonna whack that big old cat off of Tarek.
Okay.
Oh no, this thing didn't work. Let me go out the inventory. Damn. Oh, it's not working. What the heck's going on?
Do you have it targeted?
Oh, that's right. There we go. Now let's try.
Fine. Foundry says no target, no play.
All right, here we go. Damage or attack.
Very nice. And a 16, you strike it squarely in the jaw here with the backhand.
All right, and then damage.
Shoot.
And then as a bonus action, I am going to cast Healing Word.
Excellent. Make sure you target our
Yeah, I
gotcha.
gotcha.
That
Damn.
4 HP is better than no HP. He still looks injured, but you know he's a little bit healthier now.
And at that point, I am going to. I'll just hold down. I'll just stay there. That'll be my turn.
All right, Tarek, it's your turn to stand up here and spend half your movement to become unprone if you so choose.
I do. What do I have to do to unprone myself?
Literally, you just spend half your movement, so you have about 10 feet now.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna rage again,
Excellent.
and I'm going to reckless attack the bleeding one.
Oh yeah, here comes that barbarian love.
What do I have to do? I would have him targeted. Do I have to do something else?
So from here, you just make your normal weapon attack, assuming with that great axe, yeah?
Got it.
You would do it at advantage. Oh yeah, that's gonna hit. Good. 4 to hit there. And still holding on by a hair of its ass, though. You kind of, anything else in your turn? That's your bonus action, your action.
No, that's it. I'm done.
Casimir. You have a solemn chance here to protect your newfound allies as you barrel in on this large cat that is causing trouble. I don't think I showed y'all a picture, by the way.
Would you say the cats are within 15 feet of each other?
Yeah, definitely.
When I look at them. Okay.
Aren't these the same as those spectral cats we saw back at the tomb? Or at the site, wherever we saw the moose?
The same.
Oh,
Is it the same
they
creature?
They do look strikingly similar to those conjurations from the Frost Druid. But so yeah, they're within 15 feet of each other here, Casimir. What do you see up here?
I have Word of Radiance, and I can catch everything within 15 feet that I can see. So I have visual on both of them.
Absolutely.
So I would like to do that. Do I need to select the creatures, or do I just?
So this is like the great thing about playing on Foundry here is go to your spellbook and go ahead and cast the spell. You can click the dice off the left hand side, but or you can click the word of radiance. It'll expand the menu, and you click standard roll.
Okay. Cast spell.
Once you do that,
here we go.
It produces what we call the spell card in Foundry. From here, you go to the chat, and all you really need to do is hit damage. And because you've drawn your template, it's going to target both of those, and when you roll damage, it's going to make the saves at the same time. And it'll tell you in real time whether or not it hits or not.
Okay.
And as we pass the damage on here, the top one dies, the bottom one saves out, though.
Alright.
This suddenly, like, its ears were in predator mode. You know what I mean? Its ears were backing down, and as soon as it sees this other one fall, the ears go straight up, like, and you see a look of almost shock. Something has jarred this creature and its demeanor at this point. Mikkel, what are you doing?
I'm going to. I was going to do something, and then one of them died, so I'm going to.
Oh, yeah. Wow, Mikkel. That's 2 10s back to back. You single-handedly did 20 damage to these cats while they've been up. It's pretty potent there, sir.
Yeah.
Anything else on your turn?
And no, that'll be all.
Yeah, this thing says "fuck it, y'all." It's it's gone. It goes bounding out and around, dashing out of here. It unless you pursue it, it's
Quick question.
Mhm.
If you use a ranged weapon, how does do they not need to disengage? Do I not get an attack of opportunity because it's running away?
So ranged weapons normally need like a feat in order to expend a reaction to count, because normally you get the attack of opportunity when it moves out of melee range, and you get to make 8 melee.
Oh, it's specifically melee. Gotcha.
Yeah, versus like if you picked up War Mage as a caster, you could cast a spell.
So wait, wouldn't Casimir and Tark both get an attack of opportunity then?
Maldron was only the one that was really kind of positioned next to it.
Sorry. Maldron and Tark?
Just Maldron, because only this one was in melee.
Okay, gotcha.
Maldron.
I
mean, you could certainly make a melee attack, but I don't think you would kill it.
You could crit.
I mean, nah, because like the thing is, I thought they were like 10, 15 feet apart from each other. I didn't know they were on top of one another. So
Yeah, they were like kind of shoulder to shoulder there.
nah, I would say he learned his lesson and not to fuck with us again.
And this is about the point where we started up after our intros and everything, guys. This is probably a good point to put a pin in it for the night. We'll see what happens to Garrett and what he knows. Now that we've gotten the crag cats out of the way and kind of cleared the camp here. I'm going to say thank you to Cass coming in. We were able to get him in the game and playing in, less than an hour? So that's pretty impressive in my opinion.
Yeah, how do we do in your terms, Kaz?
Did you have fun with this, Cass? Did you enjoy it?
I love it, man. I'm psyched. Like I'm just really enjoying it. So ready to go.
No, I'm glad you had a good time. I hope it's worth your interest, and appreciate you giving us a look and seeing how it went tonight. The guys normally keep an RP channel going. If y'all want to bounce some ideas off of each other, in our downtime here, and we'll meet up next week and continue our journeys in the Dale.
For sure.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Oh, question, Apollo. Are I know 4th of July weekend is going to be coming up. Are you planning on doing a session on Sunday?
That's up to y'all. If y'all want to play, I am available. I am like working towards treating this as almost like a full-time job at this point. So on a professional level, I am available if y'all want to play. If not, just tell me you're skipping or mark yourself as skipping. And if we have the numbers to push on, we'll certainly push on. But really, don't feel bad if you guys have to skip a session for a holiday weekend.
I'll be skipping for a wedding.
I've been DMing online long enough to know that real life happens. Real life is going to happen, especially in these long-term campaigns. Attrition happens in these long-term campaigns. So just communicate. The main thing I ask is if you're going to miss a session, what helps me the absolute most, is up until 24 hours before our session, you can mark yourself as skipping and start playing games. Let's make sure I don't have to go in and edit your price. Let's make sure that you can take care of the skips yourself. And I normally play in games. Usually I'm trying to keep about 2 months worth of sessions scheduled out. That way you guys have time to react to them accordingly. But if you can mark yourself as skipping when you miss a session, that's chef's kiss to me. So but yeah, I'm a little sleepy. I'm gonna go probably make some dinner because I've been at it a little bit tonight. And if y'all have questions, PM me. And just had a really good session, guys. Enjoyed playing with y'all. So hope y'all are too.
Thanks.
Pleasure. Y'all take it easy.
You too, boys. Have a good week.
Yeah, Ray, have a good week. See you next Sunday.
Night.
Next Sunday.